Hello.
Fix
Test.
the audio.
Wait, hang on. I think we got it. Hang on.
Wait.
Is it good?
Can you hear-
Is it good? Is it good?
Is it working?
Can you hear me? Let us know. Thumbs up in chat, everybody. Thumbs up
Can
in
you
chat.
guys hear us?
Oh my god. We 2 weeks don't do only. We completely let go, bro.
Bro,
Hang on.
the whole world has gone insane without kick to the gut. What's up with that?
Oh, wait. We wait for chat. Okay.
Can you guys can hear us?
Chat says we are live. Okay, come. We reset everything. Hang on. Oh my god.
Kick to the gut. I like it.
And I tell you what, this is the shit you don't hear on the podcast. That's why you gotta be here live when we do it. You get the real reactions. You get the real cock-ups. It's Mr. Young.
And it's foreign in the building. I need a Red Bull for this shit, bro. So,
You need wings. We both need wings. Actually, that one's the Thai version. Thai don't give you wings one.
oh yeah, Thai give bull, bro. I got bull.
Is it true that Red Bull is made from bull's testicles juice?
Bro, what conspiracy theories have you been reading, bro, recently? Are you
Bro,
okay? You miss me too much, right, bro?
Yeah, bro. It's like 1 week we don't talk wrestling, all of a sudden everything goes off a cliff, right? I want you to right now take a look at the ingredients list of your Red Bull can. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
taurine is one of the ingredients, and I'm pretty sure taurine is like essence of bull or some shit.
Bro, I would love to tell you what it says, but it's all in Thai.
I fuck.
So it's okay, guys. I am not proficient in that language, so I apologize to all our Thai listeners. if
Right.
they are-
By the way, this show is not brought to you by Red Bull. It is brought to you though by our good friend Nick Mat.
Yo, Nick, I think we're gonna do his plug a bit later on. But first of all, hi guys, I've missed all of you, and I'm very, very sorry for last week's last minute postponement. But rest assured, everything is okay, all good. My partner had a fall, a very bad fall. She was hospitalized, so I had to drop everything, including you and the podcast. I'm so sorry, to take care of my girl.
Hey man, real life calls. You gotta, you gotta jump to it, my man. Wearing the army shirt right now. Actually, I can't see if. Yeah, there you go.
The army, see?
See?
We protect lives.
Protect lives, especially your girlfriend's life must protect. And then coming off National Day, NS55 and all that, you were just doing your national duty, my man. We understand it.
Yeah, bro, of course, bro. And I also had to do my national duty to the local Singapore wrestling scene by attending GrappleMax Gold Standard. And that is the thing that I really apologize, because I know a lot of the GrappleMax wrestlers really wanted to hear our review.
Yeah.
So here we are. Take 2.
Yeah, I wish I were there as well, but stuff happened over the weekend as well. One of our helpers kena the COVID situation. So I actually, if you watch my Twitch stream, I let everybody know that I was working from home for 1 week because one of my helpers kena the COVID.
Damn, so you have to jaga the rest of the... you have to be the man of the house in a way.
Yeah, well, not just that. My boss was like, okay, you everyday test and don't spread this shit. I didn't get it, thank goodness. I remained negative the whole way through, but I think it was just a precaution thing.
Yeah, man. It seems everyone's getting it a second time round, man.
It's a second wave, y'all. Everybody stay safe, okay? Everybody stay well. Let me shout out to chat real quick. Rishi, HS Lee, Div Royalty. What's up, everybody? Irvin, it's good to see you also. And I'm sure Hales, Shadow. I think we have some of the GrappleMax folk as well. They are eagerly anticipating your review, bro. And yes, we want to jump into that in just a bit. And not just GrappleMax, by the way. A lot of the GrappleMax guys are in another tournament that's coming up soon. And we want to touch on that also.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love the fact that, you know, we have the local wrestling scene is like back in full force. SPW had a show recently, GrappleMax, and tomorrow, Ring of Rebirth is gonna have like their own hidden showcase, exclusive showcase, which I hope to be able to attend. So, bro, we need to expand the kick to the gut manpower. There's only so many hours in a day. I can't be covering. I am not Dave Meltzer. I have a life.
Yeah. So, wait. Are you implying that Dave Meltzer has no life?
Bro, he is 60 plus and he's still reporting on wrestling. Are you sure he has a wife? I don't think so, bro.
Actually, I don't know. Does he? Somebody needs to Wikipedia that shit and tell us if Dave Meltzer is happily married and all that.
I know who his secret lovers are, lah.
The Young Bucks are obviously.
Yes, the Young Bucks.
He's in a three-way four. No. There's Kenny Omega as well.
Oh, it's an orgy, lah. It's an orgy.
Oh, okay. Anyway. First things first, though. I know this is a week late, but let's talk about GrappleMax, the big open weight championship tournament that they did. Did you get to see the belt, the title, up close, by the way?
Okay, so this is why you gotta have Foreign for his ringside news and a bit of the insider things going on. So I did have a talk to Greg, with Greg, after the show, and he did say that the belt is in the process of production right now, being created. But they will be introduced in one of the big shows coming up. So keep a lookout. The next few shows that you're attending, they will unveil the title. And I only got one thing that I want to share that he said to us.
What's that?
The belt made from a legit belt maker, bro.
Oh.
$5,000, bro. Don't play.
Whoa! Hey.
So this one is real gold standard, not from second chance or first lady. This one is real gold.
Okay, talking about gold standard, by the way, if you have a video open somewhere, I feel like I can hear a little bit of it. So,
is it?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
No problem.
Hit mute on that shit. In the meantime, though, everybody, if you're here right now, once again, thank you so much for being here. Yes, we missed last week, but this week, let's go through GrappleMax's Gold Standard. Like we mentioned, you were there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it. So this is the big tournament. Now, let's throw up the brackets right here. These are the most...
Correct.
I believe, okay, this is not the updated brackets. Obviously, you had people moving ahead, but this was right before the event. You had Remus versus LK. You had N-Boss versus Bulldozer. Smart Dave versus Showtime. Prabhu versus Hotshot. And I believe there was a tag team match as well, right?
Yes, indeed. So GrappleMax Gold Standard took place, of course, in Tampines, 6th of August. It was a great, it was a good crowd. It was a bigger crowd than the one that we went, that I attended actually. And people are definitely excited by the selling point of the show that they're gonna have an inaugural tournament to crown their first ever champion, right?
Irvin, by the way, says Crypto Bro should do an NFT belt. And here's the thing, the NFT belt, he cannot bring out because it's not a physical belt. So he walks out with the iPad and it's this is my NFT belt. Show off.
That's a great gimmick. We should tell Dennis about this.
Yeah.
I am a belt holder, but it's in the cryptoverse.
Yes, it's an NFT. Come, if you want, and then actually put it up for grabs so you have an iPad all the time.
No. You get people to invest in it, then after that you just disappear. Okay, so that one differently.
LK is legit, no?
No, I understand. For sure he is. For sure. Okay, wait, but what I wanted to say was unfortunately, just like you were hit with the COVID situation at your home, a couple of the wrestlers were also hit with COVID, and they had to bow out from the event. So that's why if you didn't see people like DJ Cal, didn't see Irfan on the show, is because both of them were either hit with COVID or just recovering. So it's such a shame, because we were missing some of the top stars in GrappleMax. But I believe the show didn't suffer too badly. The matches that had the competitors were still great. The rebook matches were still good.
Wait, hang on a second. So DJ Cal was obviously supposed to have been part of the tournament, right?
Yes, correct.
Now it means that he doesn't get to defend his Marina Bay championship. No, not championship. The tournament. Because last time GrappleMax did a tournament, he was the winner, right? So in an essence, in a way, he doesn't get to sort of defend it now.
Well, in a way, I would say that if I would liken that to a King of the Ring trophy,
sure,
he is a King of the Ring winner, but he doesn't have the clout to unfortunately be able to enter this tournament to be a champion. So he can still lay claim to be that. He can still lay claim to be the MBS trophy winner, right?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if he comes out and challenges the winner, that may or may not be a thing that could or could not happen.
Yeah, these are like New Japan, G1 Climax winner versus the title number one contender. Hey, what? Sounds good. Good.
I was about to say, Div Royalty, you read my mind. Hilton for DJ Cal, He can come back and lay claim, But okay, no, let's not armchair book this. Bro, tell me about the show. How was it? What? Okay, first match.
All right, no problem. Yeah, so I wanted to say right before we dive into the first match, shout out to the SPW people. We got some SPW people coming to support the show. I saw Statement, I saw Butcherman, I saw our used to be mighty, but not so mighty anymore. Very sad right now. So it's really great to see the local wrestlers from other promotions supporting the show. So yes, the first match, the Openweight Championship quarterfinal, right? Wildfire Remus versus Crypto Bro. We were talking about Crypto Bro.
Yep.
Again, very interesting. Of course, we know Crypto Bro. I guess essentially he is like a legend. I would consider him a legend in the promotion right now. But one thing I realized, just like Triple H,
yes,
GrappleMax is booking with an eye to the future. So it was it was a night of where a lot of the people who won the matches were the rising stars. So
Okay,
it's
hang
no
on.
different here as well.
Talking about rising star, let's see him do a moonsault right there onto our Crypto Bro right here. And then everybody's favorite move, especially on the channel right now, it's a kick to the gut by Ray Must Represent. What's up? I like it.
Love it, yeah.
Look at the cell, by the way, by LK.
Yeah, no, if you can tell, look at the tights on Wildfire Raymond. A true wildfire over there, the design.
There you go. Okay. So these are the shots from their Instagram page, by the way. We're just going through them right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to say something very interesting about the dynamic. It's something I observed in a couple of the matches as well. And I actually talked to Greg about it.
Yeah.
Both of them were acting somewhat heelish.
Both of them?
Yeah, so it was a very weird dynamic. Of course, Wildfire Remus is part of
Inglorious.
Inglorious, yes. So he is already an established heel.
What's
Crypto,
up?
and Crypto Bro, he is I wouldn't say he's a heel. He's too lovable and likable by the fans to be a heel, but he still plays on the arrogant side. So it was like this very brash, arrogant guy fighting this heelish guy. So I do not know whether that dynamic works per se. So people were cheering based on knowing them as opposed of like if I didn't know anything about them, I did not know who's the heel of the face of heel, right? So Remus, high flyer, flying around, did a lot of cool things from the ropes. That actually is the finisher. He beat Crypto Bro with the moonsault. But what I wanted to say was that he did a lot of very interesting spots on the apron, like from the top of the rope, like did a move on the apron. And at the end of the day, Crypto Bro, still athletic as usual. The crowd definitely popped for his China handspring elbow from corner to corner. He did that.
Wait, why is it China handspring elbow?
Because China is the one that I remember the most that does this. They will do the
you mean
thing.
The eighth wonder of the world, China, as in former DX member.
Yeah, bro, not the China, the country lah.
I thought you talking about what China handspring elbow. Like what move is that? That's that Boa came out with that move or what shit?
No lah, bro. That is not a move that was created by the country China, but the eighth wonder of the world, China. Oh, I don't know where she created that move, but yeah, you know what I mean lah.
Yeah, the handspring elbow. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and of course, I'm a fan. We've always been a fan of Crypto Bro's beautiful drop kicks. So it was a great opening match. I think the crowd started off hot. They knew who the people were, and I like the fact that Wildfire Remus won for sure. Definitely a great choice. It's clear lah. The older heads, the statesmen, are trying to put over the new talent, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but again, very surprising if you are a fan of Lady Killer, Crypto Bro, like. Oh, this guy first round out already. What's up with that? It's like if it's like you're telling people to like get rid of like The Rock in the first round, but I mean, yeah, sure.
Right. Well, I mean, hey, no worries, right? LK, he's going to be featured in another tournament coming up soon, which we will get to in a bit. But match 2 then, here we go.
Yes, so match 2, the second quarterfinal match. So of course, like Remus proceeded to the semifinals, right? Second match is Prabhu. With Showtime. So they are a thing right now.
Hang on. So it's Showtime Inc., by the way.
Yes.
Showtime has found himself some muscle in the form of Prabhu. Very nice.
Mbappe. And he faced off against Hotshot Wilson.
Yes.
So, very interestingly, I would say, I have to say something, bro. My MVP of the entire night is Prabhu, bro.
Okay. Why? Tell us more.
This is not the first and only time he will be on the show. As I will explain later on. But Prabhu, very, very impressive from the time we've seen him. Remember, we had it on the show like for season 3. He came over to our studio. He has become a star.
Okay. Look at him flying through the air right here, by the way.
Okay, this. It's funny that you brought out this picture because this is the only time he didn't look like a star.
Oh, what? Why?
Okay, I will explain. I'm sorry, Prabhu, if you hear this.
What the hell?
Everyone kind of laughed when that happened. So Prabhu was badass. He looked fierce. He had great tights. He had the cool chain. He looked like this matcha, want to beat up people. He had the batik shirt. He looked cool. He looked like he from straight out of Gilang, like a gangster there. Everything great.
Okay. From the streets.
The only problem with his wrestling was when he tried to get to the second rope and tried to deliver that splash.
Oh no.
He was about to deliver that splash.
Yeah.
But about 0.5 seconds before he actually jumped, he had second thoughts, bro. Then he started holding on to the rope.
Oh, okay. We don't mean to laugh. We certainly don't.
No. He was trying to steady his balance, I know. But the fact that he did it in such an obvious way, everyone was like, oh, hey, wait.
Oh, no. Hey, can we not be so troll or not? That's such a Singapore audience thing to do. Oh.
It's not being a troll, but it was legitimately hilarious. I think he can find the humor in it because
Sure.
Because it was a very big move in a pivotal point in the match, and he was really about to do it. It was like, oh, hey, wait, okay.
Right.
So that was quite funny. But interestingly enough, we had one part of Inglorious going through.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, Prabhu was facing another member of Inglorious, but Wilson didn't get the win.
Interesting. Yes.
Interesting booking. So I do not know where they stand because I've always seen Wilson and Remus as equals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering whether it's because Prabhu is like the hotter commodity, having Showtime at his side, like a more interesting act, or maybe they are putting their chips on Remus to be the breakout star instead of Wilson, huh?
Well, I mean, we've seen Wilson quite a bit previously in prior events, right? So maybe it's time to give Remus the shine, right? He's sort of been in the background, waiting in the wings, and then now it's time lah.
That makes a lot of sense. So like a couple of notes I noticed about the match, like Prabhu defeated Hotshot Wilson with a sidewalk slam. Great move as a finisher. I love it. Like I said, it was a battle of the rising star. So just now was a battle between established and a new guy, right?
Right.
This is two rising stars, and Prabhu used his size advantage. So he did a couple of cool things, bro.
Was there any issue with the fact that they're both technically heels?
Again, another running theme of the show, heel versus heel again. But in this scenario, the crowd like organically cheered more for Wilson.
Okay.
Because Wilson, even though he plays off as a heel, but his moveset is such a babyface moveset, right?
Right.
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to say, Prabhu used a gator roll.
Okay.
He used a hurt lock.
Mm-hmm.
He used big splash, and somebody shouted Tambi splash.
What? Okay.
Tambi, Indian brother lah.
Splash.
But
sure.
I love it when the crowd started randomly shouting suggestions for their movesets lah. So I give it to them.
Right.
Yeah, but the crowd was really into it. And again, one other element of the match was Showtime always trying to interfere, and his interference actually led to the victory being being done by Prabhu.
So are we going to see faction wars now? Showtime versus Showtime Inc. versus Inglorious.
It seems like we are seeing the seedlings of another faction that is incoming. So keep a lookout for long-time GrappleMax fans. Very interesting days ahead.
Right.
That's all I can say.
Okay. So what's next then? There was a tag team match, right?
All right, Ken. So tag team match is between YC and Sean against Christian and Julian.
Yes.
Okay? Very interestingly, for us, the podcast boy, Kick to the Guy, we are not too familiar with these wrestlers, right? Because we didn't have a chance to establish a relationship with them because we kind of joined the promotion like after we were there, more active. But I made it a point to talk to them. So I kind of got to know what they're all about. So got a few of very interesting things to share. So YC and Sean, they are essentially Team Aussie, bro.
Right.
Because for some reason, when they were running into the ring, they were like chanting, Aussie, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. They were doing all the whole Australian thing.
Okay.
So I was thinking like, are they both from Australia or something? Or they go study overseas in Australia? Maybe lah. So that's one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe. So Christian and Julian, they came to the ring with the 80s flash dance song.
Oh God.
You know which one? The She's a Maniac.
Maniac on the... Okay, sure, Maniac.
Yeah. It for some reason it fit them. So essentially, just now the last two matches were heel versus like kind of anti-hero.
Yeah.
This was a pure babyface versus babyface team.
Okay, I would hazard to guess that this was the last minute thrown together match because the Irfan and Greg match had to get cancelled. So that's probably why. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Now we have face versus face.
Very interesting dynamics, I would say. But this match, if I'm not wrong, was supposed to be part of the plan. They were supposed to have a tag team match because the two of them are essentially established tag teams at this point. So Sean and YC, they look great together. They had the whole Aussie thing going on, and then what they told me was that both of them were actually studying in Australia, and both of them actually went to wrestling schools in Australia before they came back.
Right.
And funnily enough, both of them actually met each other in Australia, lost touch, or just met them briefly at the wrestling school, and then reconnected in GrappleMax when both of them recognized each other. It's like, hey, didn't I see you in Australia?
Do they both speak with Australian accents?
No, they are both very normal Chinese people.
Okay,
Not Chinese people, but they are normal Singaporeans, I would say.
This would, I don't know what to think of it. Like, I guess it's cute. You know, it's a nice point of like, oh, this is how we met. Our connection is through, studying in Australia and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, but wait a minute. It's you know what it is? It's like you have that friend in secondary school, right? But for uni, he went over to Australia to study, and then he come back with Australian accent. That sort of like, it gives me that kind of vibe. Like, okay, still not Australian.
Let me assure that they don't act Australian. Maybe the better way to say is like, I feel like they're adopting a lot of that similarities of them being in Australia. I guess they have a lot of shared experiences, but not a good enough reason to be a tag team lah. I'm just saying that.
Nor is it a good enough reason to come out going Aussie. Other than just getting the chant back,
Unless they're trying to appropriate it, then that's very wrong.
I'm just I'm kind of scratching my head. I don't understand. I wish I were there to experience it for myself. Maybe I'll get a better feel for it. But you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Sure. Well, yeah, that's why. Again, I was a bit confused when I was watching the match, but focusing on the in-ring action, bro.
Sure.
Christian, unbelievable athleticism, right?
Yes.
Love him. He was great. Both had great chemistry. So between the teams, they had a great chemistry. So they were, I know they are quite new to wrestling because they haven't been wrestling that long. But this was like one of the better wrestled match on the night. So both of them were picking up this whole wrestling thing really, really fast. Both tag teams. So great chemistry and very confident sequences. And remember, we were talking about YC being a bit like old school Lionheart Chris Jericho. He is definitely got the baby face fire, but every time he was doing that cannonball and the whipping the hair.
Whipping the hair, yeah.
The crowd loved that shit, man. So natural, yeah, for sure.
Div Royalty says Hilton for the Aussie tag team. Unfortunately, the crowd was really into the Aussie chant. They're quite entertaining. Unfortunately or fortunately? Because, it is a good thing, but maybe unfortunately because it doesn't quite fit their gimmick because it kind of makes no sense, right? So, like what Div says, maybe turn them heel. Maybe have them be all like, oh yeah, Australia is better than, like, have them be turncoats. I know it's a trick as old as time, Sergeant Slaughter turning on the USA, that kind of stuff.
Or maybe they can play this gimmick where like, I renounce Singapore, I live in Australia better, I go migrate. That's the heel gimmick there.
but they're too likable already, right?
Yeah, they're too likable. And weirdly enough, the one that was playing the heel dynamic in the match, a lot of the time was actually Christian and Julian.
Okay.
So it's so weird because I feel like Christian and Julian are just natural babyface. I mean, Christian especially, right? So like a lot of very confusing like where they stand on the heel babyface, throughout the night. So I would assume this could be because of the tournament. This could be because of the lack of last minute replacements. They had to like on the fly. Maybe that's the case. They did win the match, however. YC and Sean. They did an AA into a powerbomb finisher, which they call it down, bad, down, under.
What?
Attitude adjustment.
No. I know the move. I'm watching at the name of the finisher.
That is what it is. I wrote it down because I was like, oh, okay, I need to write this up before I forget. Down, bad, down, under.
Down, bad, down. What? Okay, is that supposed to be? I know. What is that supposed to be? Some sort of Australian slang or some shit?
No lah. The only thing I know is down boy lah. When somebody's that one get hard, then you down boy. That's the only thing I know lah.
Okay. I am not sold on this Aussie gimmick, especially because they're not Aussie.
Okay, that's why Mr. Young, you shall have to attend and see them live to make your own judgment. But I'm just reporting whatever I saw.
Sure. All right. On to the main event. Mighty, what's up, by the way? Says they must eat Vegemite to solidify their Aussiness. Down bad, down under. Maybe they should just say it like
down under.
Down bad, down under. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it will
Maybe
take some
they
time
have to.
to do.
They have to. You know what they need to do? The next GrappleMax event, invite an actual Aussie tag team down, and then they fight them for Aussie citizenship.
Oh, but that's a great storyline right there, bro. Oh
No,
my
I
God.
don't think so. I'm kidding. Okay, let's move on. I guess to the main event.
Yes, we are at the main event. It was a very fast night, bro. The night happened like what? It was just an hour and a half at
Yeah,
most.
yeah. There you go.
So the night flew by. It was great. Oh, one thing I need to say, I told the people there, I actually sacrificed watching a Liverpool game to watch GrappleMax. Okay, so
Bro. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
if people ever ask me, I care more about football than wrestling, I say no. Wrestling still comes first.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway. So the main event is another Openweight Championship quarterfinal between Smart Dave and Showtime this time around, accompanied by Prabhu. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, so we do have a face versus heel dynamic for the main event.
Yes, finally.
Okay.
Oh, I need to mention as well that Prabhu, when Prabhu defeated Hotshot, right, he actually will go on to face the winner of this main event.
Well, we'll take a look at the brackets. I have it here with us, so don't worry about that.
The updated brackets, yeah? Okay, good. So, again, finally, at the main event, we have a clear heel and babyface dynamic. So it was easier to know who to root for and who to go against.
By the way, the chat is saying Liverpool drew. Lucky you never watched.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's right.
Somehow to Tony Khan's team.
Yes. So that was the match. Tony Khan and Tony Khan. No,
Tony
Liverpool
Khan
versus Tony.
Tony Khan versus Liverpool, is it?
Liverpool faced Fulham FC.
Yeah.
It's a London club owned by Tony Khan. So yeah. So Tony Khan won.
Wait, hold on. It's Tony Khan's football team, right? Did anybody bleed?
No, nobody bleed. Nobody flop or bleed or dive or whatever shit.
Oh, bullshit. That means not really Tony Khan's team. Anyway, go on.
But interestingly, Liverpool faced Fulham at their Craven Cottage Stadium, which is where Tony Khan wants to hold a AEW Super Show Stadium show.
Oh, of course he does, yes.
Yeah, interestingly. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, Showtime came out to a very nice theme song that was a rap song that was performed by somebody I know.
A local rapper, yeah.
Yeah, local rapper, I think very underappreciated, needs a chance, needs a break. Somebody give him some airtime.
We need Showtime to do like one of those WrestleMania entrances where the actual performer comes out to perform their entrance. Let's go.
Yeah. So clearly the crowd was hyped. They were like, oh, nice song, great song. Everyone was hyped. I gotta promote the song,
Yeah.
Okay, but the point is, so Smart Dave, he is in love. This boy.
Smart Dave is in love. What has this got to do with the wrestling, bro?
No, he is in love, and that played all to do with the match itself because Smart Dave really went all out to highlighted the fact that his girlfriend was at the front row.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that means you had Showtime pulling off heel shenanigans on the girlfriend, is it?
I would say more of Smart Dave pulling babyface shenanigans and keep highlighting the girlfriend there.
Okay, I
Every
got you.
time he did a move, he like blow kiss.
Aiyo!
Or every time he did a move, he like forced the girl to like, come faster kiss my hand, faster kiss. I think the girlfriend wanted to be left alone. Like, can you just do your thing?
Right.
But it was quite sweet lah. I give it to him lah. He's clearly in love, and I love people about him. So
of course, we all love love.
Yeah, that all adds to the babyface dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So the question is, will the girlfriend get involved in a future angle, Miss Elizabeth style?
Ooh, don't give them ideas. Okay, but once again, why I say I love Prabhu's performance on this night. He was a constant menace at ringside, bro. He was doing everything to be an asshole. Gesturing at the girl, making a lot of comments to the audience, being a nuisance to the referee. He had his hands full, bro, having Prabhu on ringside. So that really helped added to the dynamic as well.
There we see Smart Dave diving off the was it the apron or the top rope? I'm not sure.
Yes, this was from the top rope. Yeah, so from the top rope down to the apron on Prabhu to take him out because he was being too much of an irritant, right?
Nice. Oh, look at this. What is this? Why is he on a chair?
Yeah, that's the part where he go out and he wanted to kiss the girlfriend's hand.
Nice.
I think he wanted to showboat and like, hey, look at me. Yeah, so that was quite cute. I keep forgetting how great Dave's moveset is. awesome spine buster, awesome angle slam.
Okay, hang on. From this shot here, I'm assuming that there was a ref bump because Prabhu is involved. He's doing a sidewalk slam to Smart Dave.
Correct. So I was just about to say that. So the ref towards the end of the match got knocked out, and Prabhu interfered, but it led he did this thing, he did his finisher, right?
Yeah.
But it was still a kick out. So that was the biggest, I guess, reaction of the night because the crowd was like, "Oh my god, yeah, he kick out, still got a chance." So yeah, great playing of the crowd at that point in time. And Smart Dave eventually wins with a modified running power slam.
Boom!
British
there you
Bulldog
go.
Style. British Bulldog style.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've already had the first 3 matches of the quarterfinals. So there is one more match that was supposed to happen, right? The Irfan match.
Yeah. Okay, very interestingly enough, if we take a look at the brackets right now, right? Okay, so these are not quote-unquote updated, but we can sort of visually just, in our mind's eye, with our imagination, see. Remus moves on, correct?
Yes,
So
correct.
Remus is supposed to take on the winner of N-Boss Gregory and Irfan, which is very interesting if you think about it, because if N-Boss wins, then we have an Inglorious versus Inglorious match.
Yeah, that's why. So, booking wise, you know what that means, lah.
Yeah, well, so I mean, but what's going on? I mean, the obvious, call then is to have Irfan win. So you got Irfan versus Remus, right? But isn't that too obvious at this point?
Correct. So, whether GrappleMax goes with the predictable, the obvious, or goes with something a bit unlikely, I think either way they are able to tell the story that they want to tell.
Yeah.
Just depends on where they want to go with it.
Yeah. On the other side of the brackets, I mean, this one is quite obvious already. Smart Dave versus Prabhu. So you have a face-heel dynamic right there for the semifinals. Makes sense, right?
Yes. Bro, he is my contender, bro. He is my early favorite. I want Prabhu somehow to win the title, bro. I do not know why.
You think so? Prabhu over Smart Dave?
Prabhu over Showtime?
Huh.
I mean,
what do you mean?
Prabhu
over Showtime.
What I mean is Showtime didn't get it.
Okay.
Prabhu will be his instrument of destruction. It will be his Andre the Giant to the $1 Million Man. You get what I mean?
I see. Unless, okay, so some of the permutations of the finals, let's just jump ahead, right? If you just take a look at this. Let's go with the predictable one. Irfan moves ahead, so you got a face-heel dynamic at the semifinals. Irfan versus Remus, right?
Yes, correct.
So on the other side, you got Prabhu versus Smart Dave. Let's go with your line of thought. We want to push Prabhu. Let's push Prabhu to the finals. So you have a horse match at the end.
So
perhaps?
basically, what? Prabhu versus Irfan?
Yeah, because you can't have Remus versus Prabhu. That's another heel match, what?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Irfan deserves it. He's putting in the time. He's been he's one of the OGs, right? So he's been with the company for a long time. So this could be like a send off or finally an appreciation.
A coming out party, not send off. He's not going anywhere, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry, I don't know why he says send off. He what do you call it? Like an appreciation run, lah. He finally getting his flowers, kind of thing. And of course he is like the OG, horse in GrappleMax, and now you got this young uprising bro. Prabhu, I give it to him, bro. I really feel that he is there's the new generation of GrappleMax, right? We got the DJ Cal, the Hot Shot, all the Inglorious kids. I want Prabhu to be part of that next generation, bro. I want him to be he is really like Hobbs, bro. He is Will Hobbs.
Really?
Hobbs of GrappleMax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's just look at these brackets again. The other side of the coin, if you want a face-heel dynamic in the finals, right? You got Smart Dave versus Remus.
If Smart Dave versus Remus, you know what that means, right?
What?
We are revisiting the 2019 local rivalry of the year.
Right.
Smart Dave versus the Inglorious people. So, do you want to go with something that is tried and tested? Because we all know the fans love Dave right now. So,
or Div Royalty brings up a very good point. Face turn for Remus. Have him face off against Prabhu. So actually, there is a spot here for Remus to do a face turn if Remus does face N-Boss. If you think about it,
that is true. Oh, Irfan, by the way, just coincidentally just dropped into the chat and said, "Where am I going?" Where are you going, Irfan?
Shout out to the GrappleMax folks, by the way. I see Remus, I see Irfan, all up in here. I believe LK is here as well.
Respect, man. I love you guys. Thanks for having us on the show. And yes, I can't wait to see what's going on next, what's going to happen next with the tournament. So, the tournament is happening and then there's also the tournament happening up north. So how is that going to get into the schedule?
Before we jump into that, though, I want to address Div Royalty. She mentioned something about the pre-event Remus vignette. So why don't we take a look at Remus's pre-event vignette and see if this is an indication of a face turn upcoming. Hang on, let me pull it up real quick.
Let's go.
I've been in GrappleMax since day one.
Angsty boy.
Hey, can you hear or not? I cannot hear
I
anything.
was their first student.
Or are we not supposed to hear it?
And I felt like I've accomplished nothing.
You can read subtitles, bro.
Okay.
Opportunity after opportunity wasted.
Okay. Opportunity wasted, he
Open
said.
challenge facing Smart Dave for the AWGC Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Open challenge.
I blew that one.
I love how we're commentating over the
Marina Bay
video.
Slam tournament. I was out in the first round.
I've accomplished nothing.
Triple threat for the right to face
Hey,
the
bro,
championship of
the
my
cinematography
choosing.
is great, man. Loving the
I couldn't
improvement
even
in
win that
quality.
one. Which is why I have to win this.
Okay.
Which is why I have to win the Gold Standard tournament and become the inaugural GrappleMax Openweight Champion. Because if I don't win this, if I don't win the big one,
Yeah, it does sound like he is cutting a babyface promo, huh?
then I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore.
Oh, the old like self-doubt. I don't know why I'm doing this anymore.
I've been
Okay. I see what you. Well, this could go one of two ways, right? Either he like really pulls it out and he's like, yeah, this is gonna be my moment, or he completely loses it, becomes loose cannon, Dean Ambrose style, John Moxley style.
I like this a lot. I like this because suddenly there's a bit of unpredictability in the going to the tournament, because now Remus versus Prabhu, babyface.
Versus heel. Yeah, kind of. And well, I mean, that's where the whole match between him and Boss Gregory will solidify things, right? Like if that happens, so you got the intrigue of Inglorious versus Inglorious. You notice Inglorious are not involved in his package.
Corner.
Yeah, or anything at all. It's just Remus himself. So yeah, does it feel like a bit too fast? Maybe, but let's not forget there was a whole pandemic in between lah. So
Yeah. You never know. Maybe during the pandemic, all the Inglorious suddenly had a parting of ways, or like they lost touch. Everyone stay at home.
Sure.
You never know. But very interesting times, I would say.
It does set up a very interesting tournament. The fact that we've been able to sort of go through. So it's like we had to sit through the sort of heel versus heel matches to get to the more, juicy semi-finals/finals, right?
Yes, I believe so. And also, you have to understand, they have to take into account the fact that they are lacking in like their wrestlers right now due to unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah,
And
the
maybe it's
roster and everything. Yeah.
You kind of have to align the roster to what they need to do. So it's up to the booker, not Tony Khan, but
Nope.
I trust Greg.
Yes.
To get it right.
Well, at the end of the day, like for these tournaments, you book backwards, right? Who's going to win? And then you start figuring out, okay, what are the potential matchups? So this might have just been the best case scenario lah.
Yes, I understand. Oh, Mustafa Ali promo vibe. But yeah, correct. Irvin. I agree with you on that.
Irvin says that place looks like where the masked lady go and kick the live streamers. Okay.
Don't bochi lah. Let him do lah.
Okay, let's talk about, yes, like you alluded to earlier, the big tournament that's happening up north very soon. So APAC Wrestling, of course, Shaukat being the man behind that, right?
Yeah. So
they very recently announced a APAC Wrestling Championship tournament that, I have to say, is looking very interesting.
Wow. So everyone is debuting titles in their own promotions.
I know. And because this is like, Asia Pacific, right? So they're actually bringing in a whole host of Singapore talent to head over. Of course, we have people from Australia and whatnot. Let's just take a look at some of the... Actually, I know you guys can't see it because the text is a little bit small, so I'll just mention it to you, right? So they did announce Jake De Leon from the Philippines, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Destroyer Dama.
Ooh, from SPW, of course.
From SPW. The Statement, from SPW as well. Now, those three I mentioned first because they are on the right-hand side of the brackets and they don't have opponents, or the opponents have not been revealed yet, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Then, on the left-hand side, we see some of the matches that have been set already, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we got a strong contingent, right, of local wrestlers as well.
Yes. Well, first of all, we have Sirigala versus Wham Bam Bellows.
Yeah, Bam Bam Bellows. We've heard of him. He was running along with the Eurasian Dragon, right, a couple of years ago.
He's Aussie, right?
Yes, he is, I believe.
And Sirigala is from Malaysia?
Yes, he was the Roman Reigns of MyPW, remember?
The Roman Reigns of MyPW, got you. Okay, then there's DJ Cal. Versus
looking for vengeance.
Versus Gotham.
Gotham, yeah, the gangster
looking guy, also from Malaysia, right?
Yep.
And first round, this is going to be very interesting. Shaukat, or as Booker T likes to say, Show a Cat. You don't know how to pronounce Shaukat, no, Show a Cat. Versus Lady Killer, or rather LK, Crypto Bro.
Wow, we already got a first round dream match of sorts, huh?
There you go. And also look at Shaukat's new updated outfits, by the way.
Bro, looking dope, bro. He looked like a Silat warrior looking to enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hey,
they got Shang-Chi, now they got the Silat, Silat version.
He looks very good, but do you think he's taken Booker T's advice? Because remember when we spoke to him previously a couple of episodes ago, right? He did mention that, he was told, maybe bring up more of your culture. That's why, previously, he just wore regular wrestling tights, wrestling outfit, right? But now, like you just brought out, there's the whole Silat vibe, there's his culture is basically in his outfit right there.
Yeah. I love it. Somebody, I think I saw, because I was watching his Reality of Wrestling, the Texas promotion that Booker T is a head of. He did a match there, right? And so somebody commented, he looked like the Green Power Ranger with his Megazord, bro.
What?
You know the Tommy, when he was Green Ranger, he had the whole, like his outfit looked like it looks like whatever he is wearing right now, Shaukat is wearing right now.
Okay, well, first of all, I never really watched the Power Rangers, so I'm not sure. Like, you talking about this guy?
Yes, that guy. You know, you see it, right? You can't see it.
What the hell, bro?
Oh, that's great.
I don't think that's what Shaukat was going for, but okay.
I know, but the fact that it's related, I think people can relate even more. Like, hey, like the Green Ranger, so. Wearing your culture, I think that's great. I think that will set him apart when he's in the US, and the fact that he had his excursion at Booker T's promotion, and now he's back to hold or helm this tournament. I think it's only can you imagine, bro, the scouts, the people in the US that will be keeping an eye on this tournament, knowing whatever that has happened with Shaukat.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested in this. Underground 1, I guess this is where some of the first round matches will take place. Private show, invitation only, bro. Bro, you think we can swing some invitation, then we take a road trip?
Whoa, KL?
They're based in KL, right?
Yes, they are based in Malaysia, yes, for sure.
Bro.
Okay. I would love that. But where is the consent form that I need to sign to ask permission from my partner?
Oh my god. Okay, actually, when is this happening? Why don't we go on a big KL weekend? And then I bring my wife, you bring your girlfriend, and then they go and do whatever they want to get makan. We have a boys' night out.
We give them $1,000 shopping voucher.
What must bribe? Hey bro, what the hell? I did not consent to giving $1,000. Where did that come from, man?
Bro, I said 1,000 ringgit, bro. That's what I meant.
Hey, our fellow Malaysians, we do not mean to belittle your money, okay?
No, what we mean is we appreciate the strength of your ringgit right now. That's why we can afford to give it to our spouses or our partners. Let them have their shopping therapy. And let's go. We cover the event, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay. We need to find out a date and we need to make some shit happen, alright?
Okay. So anybody from MyPW, anybody from APEC Wrestling, on our Instagram, if you guys have any more information, or Shaukat, if you're listening, please let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can make this happen. We will probably need to have more manpower, and as I keep repeating, bro, we need more manpower on the podcast.
Okay, we need people. We need to grow this outfit, especially if we, have to bribe our significant others.
Yes, for sure. So, guys, please consider, being part of our Patreon and supporting the podcast, in more ways than one.
Wait, hold on. Did you just ask people to support us via Patreon so we can bribe our significant others?
No. I just ask people to support us with Patreon. Whatever we do with the money is up to us. No lah.
The digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, man.
This is why I don't ask my partner to listen to the podcast, because first of all, she doesn't understand what's going on. Secondly, we can get away with all this.
Okay, nobody clip that. Nobody cut any clips. Thank you very much. This will stay between all of us. This is non-canon. This is only wrestling talk, kayfabe.
This is a safe space.
Okay. We'll figure something out. But yeah, exciting times for regional wrestling. Hey, I don't know. Maybe we can or maybe not the partners, but why? Here's another idea. We grab a couple of people from our Discord, from the community, and we all go out road trip style, like 5 people, 4 people.
I would love it, man. I would love it though. That's the best, right?
Yeah.
We gotta plan something, man. We definitely gotta plan something to kind of connect with our listeners and as well as our Discord community as well. Yeah.
As long as I don't have to drive can already, because I confirm we'll get lost one.
Is it? But you're driving okay, right? No issue. You're driving, right?
No, my driving in Singapore is okay. Malaysia is a different animal. Like that one, I let my wife drive because she is like, she is like eagle eye. I'm freaking old ass. My eyes are all effed up already at this point.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind being the driver, but I've never driven in Malaysia in my life, so. Bro,
it's the different animal, bro. Completely, they don't give a fuck about your traffic rules.
No such thing as signal They don't care about signaling.
No, they fuck you Just cut here, cut there, cut here. It's like you gotta have balls. If not, you are going to jam up your entire lane.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Thanks, thanks, but no thanks.
Okay, we need to get a driver now. See, we need to hire a driver. We need to spend money for bribing our significant others. So the whole point is, please support us via Patreon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
We're kidding, but we do have to shout out to an amazing individual who's a fellow wrestling fan, and B, the man you'll want to look for if you are looking to buy, sell, and rent. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who we're talking about, Mr. Nick Mutt himself.
Yeah, man, Nick Mutt will not only rebuild your house, he will help rebuild your wrestling promotion. He will help fix all the problems in your company, as well as fix all the problems in your house as well. Go for him, man.
So okay,
I've been working on my Nick Mutt promo, bro. The whole 2 weeks, bro. I've been away.
Nice. Look, you might not be at this very moment looking for a place to buy, sell, or rent, right? But at some point in your life, you will have to do it. So why not go to somebody who A, loves what you love, which is pro wrestling. B, he can trust because he has the foreign stamp of approval, Mr. Young stamp of approval. All you need to do, you see that QR code on your screen right now? Take a screenshot of that, take a photo of that, or just follow him on his Instagram account. So you always know who to reach out if you do intend to buy, sell, or rent. His Instagram account is at 65 Roofs.
Yes, 65 Roofs. So if there's anything that you want to know about property-related issues or queries, please send him a DM. Let him know that we sent you his way. So please.
Yes. And like we talked about, there's his picture with old Kenny Omega over there.
Yes. That one is his wife, by the way. So
okay. You mean the Kenny Omega is his wife?
No. The girl there is his wife, not Kenny Omega.
Okay, we got here him with Butch. We got him with Pete Dunne. I thought
Bush and Pete Dunne are the same person.
I thought as if they're different fellas. Hey, shh. Don't pauto me lah. Two different people, no.
Okay, fair enough.
And then here we go. Talking about a big fan, he has the OG WWE belt.
Yeah, so he is a proper. Anyway, that's where he's right. Oh yeah, Wait. He's at the center. Yes, not the OG but the 2014 one, right?
Yeah, before they split it up into the Universal and the World.
Yeah, but I mean, a long time fan. I think he's in his early 30s. He's an Attitude Era guy, clearly. Sure. So, anything wrestling related, anything property related, that's what we want to do, right? We want to support sponsors who support wrestling, and we want to support people and businesses who love what we do as well. So that's how this whole partnership came to be.
Hell yeah. Check out his link tree, by the way. Let me throw it up once again in the chat. Bam, there you go. Okay. Now, shall we talk about what's happening in the WWE?
Of course, my brother. Okay, we got all the local wrestling out of the way. Now to even more juicier stuff, because it's not just WWE. Every time WWE has something going on, AEW also have a reaction.
Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, right? Like, remember we were lamenting the fact that WWE is at its lowest possible right before the Vince McMahon shenanigans, right? Let's just, go back just a few weeks only. And it's crazy how much change can happen in just a few weeks, right? So, WWE, just boring product, churning out the same old scripted promos, just dull. And then we were lamenting the fact that AEW just cannot freaking make use of the opportunity to jump forward, do something incredible. And then Vince McMahon got taken off the table in terms of, him and his whole shenanigans, and now Triple H is here. And it's not as if they were going to turn on a dime. Let's be realistic. There were plans, set in motion. And Triple H is only one man. A one man who recently had a heart condition, so he's probably not trying to overexert himself, right?
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting. Do you remember when the Wednesday Night Wars first happened? When they first went head-to-head between NXT and Dynamite?
Yeah.
And I remember very clearly this quote when Dynamite won that particular battle.
Yeah.
Triple H said in the media, like, congratulations on your debut. Just wanted to let you know that this is not a race, this is a marathon. I remember very clearly he said that, right?
Right.
I believe right now, with Triple H in charge, WWE can finally show what they're truly capable of. And if there's ever a time to say that there's a proper competition right now, it's right now. Right?
Well, to be fair though, like, they are not going head to head. And funnily enough, recently the A&E rival special was WWE versus WCW, the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, what a brilliant episode.
Yeah, as wrestling fans, we've seen this over and over and over again. They've replayed, like, honestly, that was the best time in pro wrestling when they were literally going head to head, right? The Attitude Era, NWO, DX, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, The Rock. That was literally the best time for pro wrestling. I actually just watched that documentary only this morning, and I was like, wow, I don't think we'll ever get back to those heights, ever.
Well, again, it depends on the environment. It depends on where the world is at that point in time. But I just felt that it was so perfect because all these conditions happen in society to kind of help to facilitate this magical time period. So I get it when you say it might not ever be replicated.
Well, or it might be, but we won't be alive to see it anymore,
But again, the wrestling, there's peaks and troughs, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree that right now, this is the first time in 20 years that wrestling is actually kind of really exciting?
Yeah, sure. Because of competition.
Yeah, because of competition.
Yeah, and legitimate competition, not TNA and not Impact. Right?
Yeah, but also, I feel like the investment made in the Attitude Era and the stars of the Attitude Era, like Stone Cold, The Rock, in this last 20 years, right, their legend has grown because The Rock has gone to Hollywood. Stone Cold is like culturally like a icon. Everyone knows who he is. Ric Flair is in the hip hop culture. So wrestling, even though people still like to think about the Attitude Era, but I think wrestling has never been more culturally relevant than it is right now, especially with social media. Yeah,
I think that final point is the most important part of that formula. It's social media that's made it more relevant. I think in terms of just pure star-making ability, it was still the Attitude Era.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, but if, let's say, Austin and Rock were to have had the Attitude Era in the social media era, well, first of all, they would get cancelled very quickly. But let's say they didn't, let's say the sentiment was still what it was back then, right?
Yeah.
I think they would be next level.
Yeah,
through the roof. Yeah.
Justin Bieber or no, Justin Bieber is a terrible comparison.
But
they are mainstream, like Michael Jordan, everybody knows who they are.
Yeah. The fact that it is the social media era, and who's really a big star of the social media era, if you think about it. Zack Ryder is the best example we can come up with. Can we consider Logan Paul as technically a WWE star right now? He is a social media star. When we look back on Logan Paul and his career, maybe 20 years time, we might say, he was the start of the social media era. Pat McAfee could be the other one, right? But I mean, let's face it, people who have sort of entered the memedom, people like John Cena and Randy Orton, those actually technically belong in the previous era.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, I feel like the appreciation of the wrestlers will only be seen in the era right after.
Yeah,
Like,
that's very
I
true.
think John Cena and Randy Orton, when they were the top stars,
Mm.
they were still wrestling stars, but they weren't cultural icons.
Yep.
But only in the 10 years since, like Randy Orton became a meme, right?
Yeah.
And then John Cena became a Hollywood action star. So I feel like that's why wrestling is more relevant than it is now,
Mhm.
because there's the cachet of like all the fans love from the previous two eras,
Mm.
and the fact that it's so accessible right now. I've seen literally like wrestling clips on like hood clips, or like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
complex. Like
Mm.
they are using wrestling themes, wrestling clips to make into non-related memes that is seen by the public consciousness.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess all this will reveal itself in the next couple of years. You know,
Yep.
I still maintain though, like especially in this era as well, there's so much more competition in terms of, you know, you talk about wrestling clips. Well, there are clips from every goddamn show under the sun being used out there as memes as well. So it's just a
Yep.
different ballgame altogether.
Yeah, but yes, even though the fan base is splintered, but I feel like the fans have gotten even more, not say tribalistic, but they've
Oh.
gotten even more into the business.
Well, hang on. You are right though. They have definitely the fans of each particular federation, company, whatever, they've dug their heels in, right? And they're like, ooh, echo chamber, we're in this echo chamber. And that's an interesting, you know, idea as we dive into both where the WWE and AEW are at right now. And I know Chad is gonna be, oh, Mr. Young is gonna do his regular hating on AEW, but listen to what Mr. Young has to say in just a little while, okay? Watching this WWE, WCW Monday Night War, a bit of it was revisionist history, let's face it. When
Yep.
Hulk Hogan is there saying, oh yeah, we couldn't come to an agreement, like, no, Vince, fire your ass, please. But there are a lot of similarities with AEW and WCW, and that is not what you want to hear, I'm sure. But
Yeah, of course.
we will get there in just a bit. But let's talk about WWE and, okay, the Triple H influence. Like I said, it's not wholesale change, but we've definitely seen small little changes here and there. The wrestling matches have gotten longer, in the latest Raw and SmackDowns.
Yeah. Very interestingly enough, I wrote an article about this on Sportskeeda.
Go ahead. Yes.
Just reached 1 million reads, so please visit me on Sportskeeda. Anyway, I wrote 5 ways Triple H's WWE regime is outmaneuvering AEW.
Nice. Okay.
Very nice, right? So, like you said, subtle changes, right? Immediately, what have you seen? Longer matches.
Yep.
The restoration of the mid-card championships to its previous prestige. They are finally highlighting not just the US title, but the Intercontinental title. You've seen the hype videos, right? The vignettes.
Yeah.
Bro, did you pull out?
Hell yeah, I pulled it up. Let's go. 5 reasons why WWE is steadily outmaneuvering AEW. And you got Triple H on one side. You got, I would have picked a different photo for Tony Khan. I would have picked the one where he's hugging somebody instead, because I'm a troll like that, right? But yeah, there you go. Everybody go check out this.
I appreciate you pulling out that particular. I just wrote that. And yeah, you can scroll through. I talk about that, the points that I made, right? So like restoration of the mid card, the videos that they've sent, like the fact that they have made essentially the last 2 weeks, the US title has been main eventing Raw, right? Lashley Ciampa, and then this coming week Lashley Styles.
Well, you know why they're doing it, right? Because USA is probably like, hey, we need a championship on our freaking show. Like, Roman Reigns is a part-timer. We have no championship on our show. Come on, give us something big.
Yeah, no, this is why I don't mind if Roman Reigns is the world champion and is holding both titles brands, if that means it gives an opportunity for the mid-card to be elevated. I don't mind. So that means like the home main title is the US title on Raw and the IC title, and he's literally a floating champion. I don't mind that.
Yeah, but like you brought up earlier, the vignettes, the packages where they talk about the history.
Yes.
And with the Harley race, and then Tommaso Ciampa comes out in the Harley race jacket and everything. It's like, okay, now you're bringing the important, and they had to do it. The mid-card titles had been complete, like, a throwaway. Like, they might as well have been the 24/7 titles for the past, like, how many months?
Yeah, and since SummerSlam, the last 2 weeks of Raw and SmackDown programming, the mid-card titles has never felt this important in at least 4 or 5 years. At least since like US title open challenge by John Cena, It's like what, 7 years. So great first step really. Immediately now you feel like people are fighting over something that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Second
of all, go ahead.
Yeah, second of all, the women's division. Right? Immediately he has worked hard to rectify the tag team tournament, clarify, okay, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I know some of the tag teams are randomly put together.
Yeah.
But I feel like they are giving the underutilized women a chance to be in a team, and they're giving them the opportunity to kind of like explain the team or like put some story of their own into the team. Because I was watching Raw fully. Bro, first time, bro, in a long time, I literally sat through Raw live, 8 to 11. I watched it.
Well, here's the thing. It didn't feel like the chore that it had become for the past couple of months.
Yeah, or maybe even years, right?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely felt fresh. Now, that being said, this is the big test of time, right? Yeah, it can be fresh now. It can be fresh for a month, maybe half a year. But will it be fresh, moving forward? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, I feel like it's such an exciting time for the WWE. And really, it really boils down to one fella at the end of the day, right? Like, if you think about how crazy that is, you think about, your workplace culture. How one person can affect the entire corporation from top down. You have one person who is okay, I don't want to be ageist here, but you have one person who is out of touch. Let's not say old. You have one person who is out of touch, not with it, doesn't know what people like, but they have their own ideas. They have their set way of doing things, and it just permeates through the entire company. And you can see, and you have your talents, the young and upcomers who are like, obviously, they get frustrated because they're like, hey, we have all this talent, just let us have our time.
Yeah, for sure. No, the thing is, Mighty, I said it perfectly well, bro. Nikita Lyons is in the tournament. How can Vince McMahon not see like the amount of talent that he has and not fully utilize it? But I agree, he is so fixated on pushing just the 2-3 stars that he likes or like he believes in.
By the way, what happened to Theory? He disappeared, fell into a black hole and died. Like, hey, like we know that he's Vince's favorite, but did you have to like shove him into a corner so quickly?
No. I actually, right, I think there is some method behind the madness, and I'll explain to you what's my theory or what's going to happen to Theory in a bit.
Theory on Theory. All right, cool.
Yeah, my theory on Theory. So, like, I believe, like, for Vince McMahon, he is set in his ways being right. I don't think he's that open to change, or like he is open to listening to people, but he's still gonna make his decision. If he decides on something, he's just gonna stick with it, right? Triple H, I think, is the perfect blend of like the collaborative, creative type, where he will listen and take into account what his his management or his team thinks, and also the wrestlers. But he also still has the ability and the credibility and reputation to be able to like make a final decision and people will respect it. That is the thing that I think Tony Khan lacks.
Yeah. Some might say that he lacks a lot of things, but we shall not get into that yet.
Not yet. Okay, so my theory on Theory, bro. And this ties into what we saw this past week on Raw. So last week didn't have the podcast, right?
Yep.
But the one thing that we wanted to talk about, which was like a big news that broke that time, was the fact that we had some amazing returns and debuts, right?
Right.
So chief among them was Killer Kross, Scarlett, amazing. Like let's talk about it very quickly. What do you think about that debut? The fact that he asserted himself in the main event title picture.
What you see, that's exactly it, right? For whatever reason, and maybe this has to do with the rumor that Vince wanted to punish Triple H, and immediately, all his NXT call-ups. First debut, lose to Jeff Hardy. Or just in some shit angle, fucking coming out wearing this gladiator skirt-looking deal, right?
SNM shit. Yeah.
Irvin says Kross with or without hair. You know what? I like him with hair. He looks somehow more menacing. I don't know why when he botak, he looks weird. He looks like an egghead. And then someone with the weird gladiator skirt. And then, of course, you know the meme on TikTok now, right?
Which is?
Hey, Uncle Raymond's your...
Oh, okay.
是上学，我是
Oh, not okay, that one different.
What? That one how old? Hey, bro, you need to up your TikTok game, bro.
I can't believe Mr. Young is telling me about TikTok.
I know. I'm supposed to be the older fella. Hey, Uncle Raymond's your... Anyway, he... botak fella aside, and the biggest mistake was bringing him without Scarlett.
Bro, Scarlett is in my opinion, 3/4 of why his act works.
Yes, exactly, right? He's a badass. He has a hot ass chick. It works, and she's doing the creepy like TikTok deal. And yes, you bring him in, immediately insert him into the main event picture. He's a big deal. He's somebody to look out for, as opposed to jobbing to Jeff Hardy.
You know, I love what Michael Cole said on commentary this past week on SmackDown. Scarlett came out, right? He said that she is his oracle. She is his Melisandre. Like all these like cryptic, prophetic shit that, you know, these terms that she's using, making her feel even sexier than I think she already. You know? I'm like, damn, she's an oracle girl. Yeah, I like that.
Can you imagine if Vince McMahon was in Michael Cole's ear? He'd be like, "What the hell is oracle? Nobody knows what that is."
Yeah, let's call her. Okay, never mind. But the
He's
point
a Jezebel. I mean,
okay, so like in these 2 weeks alone, like his first entrance beat up Drew McIntyre straight away. I love the fact when you give the hourglass and then flip it over TikTok straight away. You have some sort of new dangerous force coming into the world title picture, right?
Yep.
But that's not all. Do you see the promo that he did last week on SmackDown as well?
I sure did.
I usually remember when his promos in NXT was a bit cringy, a bit like Shok Sendiri. But this one, the one line that he said, I got goosebumps, bro. Do you hear the goosebumps part?
What line?
The one he said that, you guys might be the bloodline, but right now this is the new timeline.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
okay,
I was thinking like Loki multiverse shit, bro. This is the new. This is the timeline that we never thought we were going to have. There's no Vince McMahon. So like that gave me goosebumps. Like, oh shit, what are the possibilities right here, right?
And of course, going back to the women's division, right? Righting some of the wrongs. Actually, this is an interesting play. Obviously, he's turned Triple H has turned Ronda Rousey back heel. And did you see what happened on SmackDown? I think it was the previous week, not this past week, but Ronda turning heel has made her a face. Which is
I saw.
Right?
What the hell's wrong with the fans?
Liv Morgan kena booed. Because I was like, okay, but no, this is where Ronda should be. She comes out badass, throws money, like, whatever lah, I paid my fine, here, bring on the next. I'm like, oh my God, all of a sudden Ronda Rousey is bearable on the mic. Because
when she don't give a fuck, she is like, impressive or interesting.
This is who she is. Don't try to make her come out and smile.
Okay, one thing I find very interesting though about that whole dynamic, right, is that I get Ronda where she's going. She's like turning into a heel, but like the crowd now loving the fact that she's a heel.
Badass, basically.
Liv Morgan is trying to hold on to the fact that she's a babyface, but because of what she's going through with the fans about her tapping out and all that, suddenly she becomes a heel. But then they add a new dynamic, Shayna Baszler.
Yes. And there was that whole interplay with like, hey, you've lost your edge, right? Or like Ronda called Shayna out, you've lost your edge. So they're gonna have a match at the Clash at the Castle, Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. Like, does this signify the return of Shayna Baszler being like the submission magician, breaking limbs and shit like that?
Wasn't Shayna Baszler the longest tenured like NXT Women's Champion, even longer than Asuka, right? For a point in time.
Yeah. Or undefeated or something like that lah.
Yeah. So essentially, Triple H is high on this girl, right? And when she came into the roster, everyone was thinking, oh, she's a badass. Like, gotta treat her right on the roster. But of course, they have been treating her like shit. Okay,
you know what Shayna is? Shayna is essentially Ronda Rousey, but you have her on full time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They can pull off the funny thing is, right, they can pull off the same. They're essentially interchangeable, except Ronda Rousey is a megastar. That's the difference. So when Ronda is not around, technically you have her around in Shayna Baszler. Yeah,
and there's also a story there if you want to pursue that story of Shayna versus Ronda in the future.
Yeah.
Perfect. I would like to think it's even a WrestleMania worthy main event match for the women.
So like, okay, all of us can see it. Why didn't Vince see it or the writers see it? Like, what was...
I don't blame the writers. Because I feel like whatever the writers pitched, right, probably they did, but Vince said no.
Oh, her testicles aren't big enough.
Oh my God. Oh no, I hope that's not the case, but sure.
Well, but okay, this just means Sonya Deville needs to come up with a different gimmick. The MMA gimmick cannot already, because there are two people there who are much stronger in the MMA gimmick than her.
Yeah. No, it's so interesting because I feel like suddenly, right, we start to realize, oh, actually SmackDown got more than 2-3 superstars. There's actually other superstars that's been there, but hasn't just been utilized.
Yes. I don't know why I randomly thought because we saw what's his face Ricochet show up on Raw, right?
Yeah.
And finally he's getting a shine, whatever. And then people are like, Andrew Tate has joined wrestling. Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
I know.
This botak fella who's a bit like misogynistic. He's blown up on social media because of his views, right? But I'm like, well, I laugh my ass off. It's like, oh, look, Andrew Tate has joined WWE.
Wait, Ricochet a bit like Andrew Tate because of the botak look, is
That
it?
botak fella with the beard and everything, he looks like Andrew Tate, bro.
No, that's so sad. But okay, I can't believe it took Andrew Tate to make Ricochet popular, but sure.
Okay, I don't think that's what it is. See, the problem is, if only Ricochet could cut a promo like Andrew Tate, then we got a superstar on our hands.
Wait. But that's the thing, right? Didn't you see this past week's Raw? I actually thought that Ricochet cut a very impressive promo.
It was better than usual, but I'm like, okay, I have to wait and see lah. Like, I mean, he does have a good track record with promos, but then again, maybe he's the type of guy that doesn't do well in a scripted promo.
I think so too, because he came across as freaking confident. He's arrogant. I think he was like making fun of people or some shit. I thought like, hey, this guy got personality. Where is this Ricochet?
Maybe he was like, hey, this Andrew Tate look like me, and he's blowing up, Maybe it's time to, borrow.
Be more of a douche.
Yeah, people. Can you imagine? And people will immediately draw that reference because of social media. Everyone knows who Andrew Tate is. They look at this Ricochet. Hey, this fucker look like him,
Oh my god. Okay, can lah. I mean, whatever it takes to get over, right, Ricochet? So why not?
I guess.
Okay, another thing. So we talk about things that happen on SmackDown to show the changes that Triple H has made. Of course, the main event, Gunther versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Excellent.
Did you read this report that Vince wanted to bury Gunther?
I saw. Why?
Who knows? Somebody pissed him off. Gunther, freaking.
Glad it's not the case lah. Because how can you look at him and not think that guy is a top heel like me? Yeah. He's like, bro, he is like everything you want in a foreign heel done right.
Exactly, right? And so on SmackDown, you had like the great Intercontinental title belt, vignette showing the history, blah, blah, blah. Just, this is the wrestling we love watching, right?
Yeah, highlight, acknowledge your history. WWE has that. Yep. Yes, they have that over all the other companies in the world, right? They have that 40, 50 year plus history. So use it, because us fans are long time suffering fans. Every single footage that was shown in that video, I have actual memories of it. Like, not that I was in the 70s, but I can connect it,
Yeah, because back in the day, they used to do it. Then they stopped doing it. They decided the IC title was just, pre-show level stuff, right? Which is huge shame. And plus the fact that your main champion is not around. It was kind of a no-brainer, but for whatever reason, they're like, whatever lah. Anyway, that's in the past. Mighty says, suddenly the return of the Cruiserweight title. That one, maybe not. That one,
maybe we gotta settle down whatever we have right now, right? Yeah, but Toverkin, you're right. Banger of a match.
Absolute banger. And not only that, right? So, okay, SmackDown. There's something else on SmackDown. Oh, Hit Row.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say next. Okay, but before we go there, would you agree that actually Nakamura suddenly became menacing and dangerous again?
You know what? He probably was invigorated. He was like, oh shit, now we can actually go, and not be like tied down to a certain formula and whatever, like have his NXT level matches. I'm sure all of them as artists, right? I think you and I both, we work in the media industry, right? We can appreciate somebody just letting us do what we do, as opposed to coming down and saying, okay, you can only do this, but you must follow A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, you can appreciate that, right?
Yeah. So like, I will always have that memory of Nakamura being a badass against Sami Zayn at like NXT Dallas. That is like my memory of tip-top like WWE Nakamura, right? I saw kind of a bit of that, a hint of that against Gunther, because he was laying it in. Nakamura, where he don't give a fuck and he's being fearless and he's like kicking the shit out of you. That's the kind of Nakamura that I want to watch.
Yeah, and then you have Gunther, who also will lay it in, make everything look good. I mean,
bro, that's a main event match. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, hang on now. Nashwan, don't get me wrong. I never said I don't like strong style, okay? Hey, this is not strong style, okay? The current... Oh my god, don't get me started, bro. Bro, shit. Hang on, give me a second.
Bro, oh my god. What are you doing?
This is super random, but earlier on, I stubbed my toe against the door, right?
Oh dear, okay.
And then, I just looked down, I realized I'm bleeding, I
Bro.
I'm John Moxley right here.
Bro, you did a John Moxley.
I pulled it. Hang on, I need to clean the blood. I bladed, my toe bladed.
Hey, bro, why you want to follow John Moxley? Even on the podcast, you also want to blade. What's wrong with you? Eh, fuck lah.
Okay. Wait, hang on.
So, we haven't even started talking about AEW yet.
I know.
We're still in WWE, bro.
I don't like the fake strong style that they still do on AEW, okay? That stuff is some... Oh my god, bro.
What the... So much blood, bro. You okay or not?
I'm John Moxley, bro. Forged in combat. Hey, like this, I can join the Blackpool Combat Club already, you know?
Bro, I think you should join the Bedok Medical Club over there. Go to the clinic.
What the fuck? No, I didn't... That's the weird... I didn't even realize I stopped my...
Bro, so much blood. You okay or not? What happened?
No, like I said, this is my audition for AEW for the main event. I can
Rishi just said, Nick, Irvin said, Nick Gage versus Mr. Young. Rishi said, King of Toe Style.
GCW. Oh my god. Okay, this, no even need pizza cutter. This podcast has gone off the rails. I love it.
This is too much. Okay.
Okay,
let's go back, bro. We want to talk about what you like.
Okay, Raw.
We're not Raw. You're not yet. Hit Row.
Hit Row. I mean, okay, to be fair, right? Them showing up was like, oh shit. I think more so for like us, like NXT hardcore, not say hardcore lah, but like the fans who have followed the NXT product, who are like, oh, remember. I feel like the mainstream audience might not remember Hit Row that much. Because let's face it, they only had 2 matches.
They were on SmackDown for like a week and then they got rid of BFAB. Then after the next week, they got rid of everyone. What the hell?
So, okay, honestly, unless you are a fan of NXT Black and Gold, which I was, right? I feel like this is like sort of we reintroduce them. I don't think this is as big a return as some of the other returns, but it is a sign that Triple H is like, okay, now I'm bringing in my guys, like the people we saw talent in.
You know why I'm happy right now, bro? Because we're not gonna keep seeing New Day versus Viking Raiders versus Usos. There's gonna be a new tag team that's actually interesting on the SmackDown side of the tag team division. Yeah,
and this AJ Top Dollar can cut promos. Adonis, I'm like, okay, whatever. But they are missing Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Okay, so that's my question to you, bro. Because they were talking about their 3 OGs. Were they a trio before Swerve joined them?
No, Swerve was the first one actually.
So Swerve created this, right?
Yes. So, okay, in NXT, if you remember, Swerve was doing his whole Swerve thing, and then he started becoming the quote-unquote music producer, and then he formed a stable. So, you know, so Swerve was technically the OG of Hit Row, if you think about it. But, I mean, the situation as it is, now Swerve is, you know, doing great things over on AEW with Keith Lee.
So, my question to you, bro, can Hit Row still be a success without Swerve? Because I thought he felt like a very important member of their group. So can the 3 of them still make it work?
Yeah, of course. Because you have to remember, not everyone is a hardcore follower of the WWE product. Like, they might not have watched NXT. So I think if they play their cards right and they just keep the focus on AJ, who hosted the WWE Treasures show.
Hidden Treasures, Tova Kim said.
Yeah, so just focus on him, Adonis, and BFAB. I think still can. If anything, like you said, it's a new tag team. It freshens up the tag team scene.
Do you think P. Adonis actually has the potential to be like the main figurehead? Because he damn good looking guy. He looks a bit like Michael B. Jordan. Don't you think so?
Sure. I mean, I feel like AJ will be the mouthpiece. Adonis will be the good looker, and then of course they have BFAB lah.
Somebody said, I saw social media, like somebody was asking Carmelo Hayes, don't you want to join them? And it's like, no, they are stay in their lane, they do their own thing. But, you know, he would have been a perfect fit if he ever were to go up the main roster, right?
Sure. Like, okay, to me, them returning is a treat, but it is not the big, like, whoa moment. I feel like there are big moments still yet to come in Triple H's regime.
Yes, for sure.
I feel the same way about, and I appreciate that they're being subtle with it. Like, we all know subtlety is not Vince McMahon's strong point.
Okay? He's not,
But you know what I'm referring to, right? By being super subtle? On Raw, the Dexter Lumis stuff. Like, you would never see, I don't think you would ever see Vince tried to like do an angle where, Dexter Lumis just shows up, but super random in the corner. If you don't know who he is, you're not going to know who he is.
And then another thing is it fits so perfectly with his persona, right? Because, it reminded me of what? Wasn't there like an entire scenario on NXT where there was like a backstage attack and people were thinking Dexter Lumis was the one involved, or he was kidnapping people from Undisputed Era? Yeah, so like it fits perfectly with him, but I want to connect the thing that I said earlier on about my theory on theory.
Okay.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
You see, okay, so makes sense, right? Theory now out of the firing line because he's a Vince guy, gonna taken out, completely disappeared from television.
Yeah.
It makes sense in storyline as well. Because like people will like, oh, no Vince McMahon, get him out, right? Daddy's not here anymore.
Right.
And then suddenly, next thing you know, Dexter Lumis comes back, causes havoc, right?
Yeah.
And then, on behalf of, not just Dexter Lumis, suddenly you bring the return of Gargano.
Oh.
And you bring the return of Candice LeRae.
Right.
And then all of them are causing chaos. And then they're like, why are they doing it for? And then they reveal all along, it was Theory going back to his family, the way to combat against Triple H, because Triple H is like kind of like freaking like, oh yeah, outcast him. Never mind, I'll go back to my family to get my spot back on Raw. What do you think about that idea, bro?
I like that idea. It might be a little bit too meta in that, yes, we know Triple H is the man right now, but I think your average audience is not sort of that clued in. I like that, he would do that. And here's the thing, they already have sort of that history, right? Like you mentioned, The Way versus Dexter Lumis was a whole program on NXT. Nashwan says they did it for The Rock. They did it. Yeah. Technically, Theory and Dexter Lumis still brothers-in-law. Yeah, we gonna seriously, Sarah, we gonna spammer, but I managed to block them. No worries. That just means we're doing something right. Indy Hartwell happier. So is Indy gonna get called up to the main roster? It's not like she's doing anything on NXT. Oh, I don't even want to start on NXT. Bro, NXT is such a shit show right now.
Can NXT be saved though, now that Triple H is around?
Triple H doesn't have the time to do Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, unfortunately. So,
but Shawn Michaels has been pushed. Wait, Shawn Michaels put out a quote. He said that whatever shit that's been happening in NXT is on him. Because he's the one running it.
Oh, so he was the one involved in the Trick Williams versus, who was it? Wesley from MSK debacle of a match.
I have no idea what's going on because I don't watch NXT 2.0.
They had a match where it was a rounds match. So it would go several rounds. Each round's got don't know how many minutes. And then they got boxing gloves. And it was the dumbest fucking bullshit I've ever seen in my life.
When did this happen? Just happen? Or what?
Recently, I think last week or something like that. And I was like, why?
Why not?
Okay, anyway, I don't even want to get on that because that was just, anyway. We have AEW coming up next to talk about, that's where all the crap will be. So you have
so more
Dexter
Raw,
Lumis. Dexter Lumis showing up. Okay, so he shows up at the end, right? Like it literally in the corner where the commentators like, is that Dexter Lumis? Like sort of super subtle. He kind of shows up. You don't really see him. You only know that he was there if you watched very carefully or you were on social media. I think, and this is Triple H being like, all right, hey, let the kids look for the Easter eggs. He's playing into this generation of diehard fans who will go in and look for this kind of stuff. And then WWE social media, of course, fuels that, right? They like show the backstage footage. I can't remember whose interview it was, but in the background, there was a car smashed into a pillar.
Yes. Kevin Owens was walking away. He was cutting a promo, right?
Yeah.
Another guy that suddenly he come back, renew aggression, beat the shit out of a Vince gimmick in what do you call it? What's his name? Ezekiel straight away. First day back, Ezekiel kena whack the shit out of
powerbomb onto the ring apron and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that they are doing subtle storytelling. I hope not too subtle to a point where it becomes like Shokshin. They realize like, oh, we know, wink, wink. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. No, but don't you agree, bro? Like, don't you think that if like the brainchild behind all this mastermind is not just Lumis doing it all alone, he is doing somebody's bidding, his brother-in-law getting back and causing chaos on Raw because his daddy is not home, right?
Daddy is not home. Yeah. Okay.
Daddy.
Oh yes. Oh God. That's
okay.
Yeah. Nobody
That was
click
the thing.
that, please. So yeah, Raw, SmackDown. At least this is what has happened. It's made it must watch.
Yes, guys, hands up on the chat. Who else is excited to actually watch WWE nowadays?
Yeah. For the first time in a long time.
In
Like,
a long
look,
time.
3 hours is still a bit long, but at least it's a lot bearable now that you have these little Easter eggs. And, it's so smart that they're doing it because it gives us as fans, the hardcore fans, a reason to, is Dexter going to show up? I better pay attention. It gives me, it's a small thing, but it gives meaning to every scene. Whereas a lot of times it's like, okay lah, I leave Raw in the background to go take a shit, to do my work, right? But if I do that, I will be like, in my mind, like, wait a minute, I might miss something.
Remember when Raw used to end with a cliffhanger every night? Like,
Yep.
whether it's like a brawl or something's gonna happen. And historically, the period for WWE right after SummerSlam, going into the fall, going to Survivor Series, is actually the most boring period of the year.
Yeah.
Usually, right?
Yeah.
But now, because of this whole new regime change, you're like, holy shit, like, it's actually the most exciting time of the year.
Yep.
So I love that.
Well, and they are also gearing up for a big stadium show. I mean, Clash at the Castle. Technically not one of their big 4 pay-per-views, but it is big because it's in a stadium, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I actually kind of like whatever they're doing with Drew McIntyre now, because if you saw his promo on SmackDown, he's getting looser. What is the one thing that has disappeared from his presentation?
What? His sword?
No more Angela, bro. Finally. Yeah.
You can guarantee the sword was a Vinceism. He's like, you're Scottish.
Of course. But the one thing he said in his promo, I got hyped for. He's like, Roman Reigns needed so much help just to beat Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
But for Drew McIntyre, I beat him at WrestleMania in under 5 minutes with just my bare hands.
Yeah.
Finally, you re-establish the fact that, hey, Drew McIntyre is a threat. Let him be the threat.
I hope that they get rid of the scripted, the canned stuff and just let them go out there. Obviously with an outline, but yeah. There's only good things on the horizon, I feel, with Papa H.
Papa H.
Papa H in charge.
I love it. I love that. I wanted to share one last thing before we go on to AEW, right? Talk about scripted promos, whether it's good to have fully scripted promos or like let the wrestler just completely go batshit crazy on their own, right? I just saw, if you go on YouTube, there is just a recent interview between Ariel Helwani and Brian Gewirtz.
Okay. The long-time writer for Raw.
Long-time writer for Raw, currently like the head writer for Seven Bucks Production for The Rock, right? So he actually just released a book. He just did a tell-all book. Like I think the book is called like I'm the 7th most important person in WWE. So he was talking about his time as a head writer from 1999, taking over directly from Vince Russo all the way until 2015. So that he was promoting that book, but the conversations that he had with Ariel Helwani, amazing, very illuminating. You should check it out. You should check out his thought processes on like working with Vince and all that. But one thing I wanted to talk about in terms of the quote that he said. Ariel asked him this question: you as a script writer, right, a WWE writer, do you feel people like AEW with letting the wrestlers go completely free of script is a good thing, or do you think a writer still works in the context of producing a wrestling show without controlling or inhibiting like their own creative talents for the wrestler? And he actually gave a very, very good defense of script writers or WWE writers that actually can help the talent.
Okay.
He actually listed down which talents that he worked with who love a script writer, who love working with script writers, who hates working with writers, and doesn't need a writer. Very, very interesting, bro.
Okay, so are you gonna tell us who likes working with the script? Because being in the media industry once again, and of course you all know I do a radio show, right? I have done so for 20 years, and in my experience, I have. Okay, thanks. I wasn't expecting that reaction, but thank you. What I can tell you is this: it depends on the person. Some people you must give them a script, if not they will just blur, don't know what to say, don't know how to say it. Some people, if you give them a script, they will sound like shit because they are better articulating their thoughts and ideas. Some need point form. So it really depends. There is no one method or all scripts or no scripts. See, that's why that's been the issue with WWE and AEW, right? It's like one side is all scripts, the other side no scripts. So it's like you have fucked up promos amongst the good promos, and then on the other side everything sounds canned.
Yeah. My God. Okay. Excited. I want to tell you because actually, right, when I tell you who they are, right, it will make complete sense.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
The ones who do not need a script.
Wait, hang on.
What?
Good. Let me guess. So you say
you guess
you say the
I'll
name.
give you the categories.
You give me categories. Go.
Okay. The guy that doesn't need a script, you don't even give him bullet points. Just tell him what's going to happen and let him do everything by himself. Who?
Okay, give me the name first, then I'll tell you if they need a script.
Oh, okay, fine.
That's easy because it's too wide open. Like there are million and one wrestlers. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you the 3 categories and then you tell me. Tell you the names of the wrestlers and you see which one fits. Okay. So one who completely doesn't need script. One who you just need to give them bullet points that they can do the thing.
Yeah.
And one who really cannot work. They either need the script, but they actually really great deliverers of promos.
Okay,
right?
Go ahead.
Okay, give you an example. Kurt Angle, bro.
Kurt Angle, pointers. No script. Full script, Okay, all right. I can see it.
Kurt Angle really relied on Brian Coward's to help him with his verbiage. But again, because when he first joined, he doesn't know anything about wrestling, right?
Makes sense.
So he really relied, but he became a great performer.
Okay.
With the script.
Okay. One down already.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, Stone Cold.
Let him go. 100%.
Yes.
No need to write anything for him.
Clearly. The Rock.
Bullet points.
Bullet point guy, bullet point guy. So he loves to. Edge and Christian.
Script.
Bullet points.
Okay. ENC sort of like in between there. That makes sense also. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Randy Orton.
Oh, Randy Orton. Like, and if you think about the time frame he was in, though, I feel like he would be script or bullet point.
I mean, technically, he was working with Brian Coward the whole time he was there, So
because, like, you know, in his last year with Riddle, I feel like he's gone completely off script and just doing whatever the hell he wants, because he can, right?
Yeah.
But back in that time frame, I feel like he was either bullet points or script.
Script.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you know what's very funny?
What's that?
He was telling an anecdote about why Randy needs a script, and then he was saying that Randy is like he just I'm so lazy to think about what I need to say. Can you just like script it for me, and then I'll just do it? Which is so Randy, right?
He is so Randy. Like, you know, I'm the professional wrestler. I'm freaking fluid in the ring. I couldn't be fucked to go and write a script. You go and write for me.
Yeah, you let me know what you need to do. So like, okay, he gave a couple more, but the point is, right, it's so interesting because you're right. I think having a script writer to pitch ideas and collaborate with the wrestler is a good thing. Not write word for word what he's supposed to say. I think it's supposed to be a collaborative process.
Yes.
But in AEW, if they don't have a script writer, it's fine. But I think they need to work with agents.
Yeah. To come up with
they need someone to mentor them no matter what.
Yeah.
Right?
The bullet points, the structure, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put a bow on the Triple H regime. What's next? What's NXT for Triple H? Look, at the end of the day, he's like brought in a whole bunch of people. Who else is out there? Okay, Keith Lee is off the table. His favorites Aleister Black, Miro.
Bring Gargano back for sure, right?
Gargano is the only one. Gargano and Candice LeRae, right? Because, you know, Candice had a child and so they just took a break. Definitely Gargano is coming back for sure, 100%.
Yeah. There has been rumblings on social media, on dirt sheets, that Miro and Andrade is not happy with the direction in AEW.
Gee, I wonder why.
Bro, bring them back, bro. Can you imagine if Miro comes back to WWE but uses the Redeemer gimmick?
Yeah. Oh, okay, like, I don't know if they can go on about God and blah, blah, blah. But okay, what is his contract status like? That's the thing. Like, a lot of those guys are still sort of, you know, signed to at least 2-3 year deals. So, in a lot of ways, the next couple of years will be very interesting because we're going to see defections back.
Yeah, we're going to see defections. We're going to see, like, people who are unhappy with Tony Khan because there has been reports of Tony Khan being unprofessional. Tony Khan might be the new Vince. So
see, that leads us very smoothly and transitions right into our next question. Is the honeymoon period over for AEW and Tony Khan? All right, before we jump into that though, Tovakin says, do you know who needs a script? Tony Khan.
So he just needs to be off television.
Yeah, all together. EC3, are those people still controlling their narrative? Actually, talking about controlling your narrative, what about Adam Scherr, aka Braun Strowman?
Yeah. The one guy I want to go back to WWE, I really want him to go back to WWE right now. Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah. That's the big rumor right now. And if there were ever a time, and kudos to Rotunda, what's his first name?
Wyndham
Rotunda. Like, he was smart enough to bide his time. He's like, okay, I'm not going to jump right into the next thing. I'm just going to, do my own thing. And then he set himself up perfectly. And apparently, according to the dirt sheets, what's on the table is like, not creative control, but definitely championship runs, definitely like more freedom in what he's allowed to do. And I think his sort of creativity fits right in with Triple H's regime.
Yeah, for sure. So it's perfect. And I think that WWE actually kind of needs main inventors right now because we need more toys for Roman Reigns to play with, or people who can realistically take down Roman Reigns. Don't forget, Cody Rhodes is still coming back on the way back.
Rishi says, does Hook need a script? Hook doesn't need to talk, period. He just stand there, look cool. Irvin says, Sasha and Naomi. I feel like Sasha and Naomi, they can hold off. They can hold off till after the women's tag team tournaments finish, because what I see happening is Io, Sky, and Dakota Kai winning. And then you can have the babyface team come back and say, we never lost those belts.
Bro, Io Sky, Dakota Kai versus Sasha Banks and Naomi, bro.
Well,
immediately.
Bangers of a match.
Yeah, immediately tag team title, very interesting already.
Yes,
right?
So that's honestly something down the line. So don't bring them back yet. I feel like you need to give them a little bit more time for people to miss them.
You know when they should come back?
When?
The title culminates at Clash of the Castle, right?
Yeah.
They win the titles there. That's when they appear. Just to face, bro. Just get the UK audience to see Sasha Banks and like go crazy for her.
Honestly, I feel like it's better if they came back at Raw. Give Raw the boost. I think Raw needs that sort of that pump, like that boost, like going back to the whole WWE versus WCW. Like you never know who was going to show up. That's how WCW made their name, right? You have Lex Luger showing up. You have Scott Hall. Like this, like whoa! Like every episode needs to be some sort of big deal, some news. So. Yeah. I don't know if them showing up at, but that's just a small point. The fact that they return is already a big deal, right?
I think it's fair enough. Yeah. Shout out to Lex Luger. Love the A&E documentary from last week, by the way. Div Royalty says Sasha and Naomi just posted some TikTok together, so it's just a matter of time.
Hey, TikTok is TikTok lah. It's just a different universe, non-canon. Okay, let's move right along. Talking about. Is the glow off of AEW right now. AEW,
for the day,
years ago came in, we are doing this for the wrestlers, this is all about the wrestlers. We're going to sign all your favorite indie talents and talents that were mismanaged by the WWE. And lo and behold, one by one, Miro, Andrade, Alistair / Malachi Black, they come into AEW, Ruby Riott, they show up immediately. The fans like, yeah, right, this is our favorite. And then you've seen what happened. So my question to you is, bro, now that we've had a couple of years, the shine is off. AEW is no longer the new shiny toy, right? And then, like you mentioned, these reports of Tony Khan losing his shit. And okay, I, for one, do not blame Tony Khan for losing his shit, because this is a very stressful job. And we've talked about this so many times. The one thing he hasn't done right is delegate. He can't fucking do everything. So I'm not surprised he's losing his shit.
Yes, but he clearly, I think the promotions that he did recently, right, is in response to people saying that this guy too much already. I think, right, remember, you see this one report where he actually ran to one backstage official and begged him to stay in the job?
Okay, was it, I read that report, but was it JR? I feel like it might have been JR.
I don't know whether it's JR, but I believe, right, one of those officials are one of those people that actually got promoted. My opinion.
Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Rishi brings up a good point. I don't think Tony Khan had a game plan. He ran AEW like a fan and not a businessman. Well, I mean, MJF did call him a fucking mark.
One thing I found out from... Okay, so like we are all in the AEW bubble, right? But of course, I watch football. I know what's going on in Fulham. I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville. But his NFL team is sucking right now.
Okay.
His Jacksonville Jaguar is not like doing well. They got a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Fulham just got promoted into the EPL, so they just won the championship.
Yeah.
But apparently I read the message fan bots. Even the Fulham fans don't like Tony Khan. They just see that he is just a weirdo. He hasn't connected with the fan base, so they just leave him alone. They don't take him seriously. So he is just weird everywhere. He just thinks that data and numbers is enough to manage a team. But it's not.
He's one of those guys that are super into the numbers, and which is great. You need a person like that, but you also need other people to handle the day-to-day, face-to-face. And like you mentioned, right? Yes. So recently he did promote a bunch of people. Was it like Sanjay Dutt?
Pat Buck.
Pat Buck. Was Christopher Daniels one of the guys as well he's brought in?
I think so. I don't know whether Christopher Daniel, QT Marshall, I remember was the name.
Oh, and Madison Rain to mentor the women. I'm sorry lah, but did you see Madison Rain versus Jade Cargill?
She doesn't. I think she needs to be mentored also, bro.
Maybe maybe she's one of those who like you know, for example, what's his name? Matt Bloom, right? And even in our normal lives, some people are just better teachers than they are doers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, wait. One thing that Haley was asking, isn't it owned by or controlled by the father? The father, Shahid Khan, is the owner, but he is the co-owner as well, and he is actually managing the analyzing and like the performance and the signings as well.
So Tony Khan deals with Jacksonville Jaguars, Fulham, and an entire wrestling federation that recently bought ROH as well. Of course, he's losing his shit. Of course, he's falling apart and yelling in announcers' ears and stuff like that. Can you imagine? Hey, maybe he had to go and beg Excalibur. Maybe it was Excalibur all along. Tolong, please don't leave.
Bro, just let Excalibur leave. Who cares? Oh dear gosh. Okay, yeah. So he needs to get some structure done. So clearly there's some structure in place. One thing that he's suffering from, and this is all his fault. He can't blame us. He can't blame the fans. Who asked him to sign so many talents?
Because he's a fan. At the end of the day, he's a fan, not unlike a certain billionaire Ted. And I'm going to start drawing the connections here. Okay, so we all remember WCW billionaire Ted. Big fan of wrestling, right? And when billionaire Ted, the real downfall of WCW, yes, you had the Hogans, you had NWO with their guaranteed contracts. They were hemorrhaging money because of that, right? But the big, like sort of the nail in the coffin was really the AOL Time Warner merger, if you remember that.
Yeah. Don't you see some parallels though?
Yes, this is what I'm trying to get at. Big corporate merger. So the what's his face? Ted Turner, who used to be the top, he kinda moved to a position where he didn't have power anymore. And the new management, they're like, we don't like this wrestling thing. Like, what is this crap, right? And that was really the sort of the nail in the coffin for WCW. They had already been on a downward trajectory. Now, obviously, I don't know if you guys have heard, but recently there was the Warner and Discovery sort of merger, and they own TBS, TNT, all those TV networks as well, right?
Yep.
And AEW's TV contracts are up for renewal in about 2 years. And over at Warner Discovery, they are talking about restructuring, cost cutting. We all heard the Batgirl movie, 70 million they parked into that thing. Oh, cancel, gone, bye-bye. Don't want to hemorrhage more money. So
unbelievable.
If they can do that, right? What do you think they will be thinking of this product that they have? Sure, it draws in, a bunch of numbers, but guess what else can draw in numbers? You put movies on now. Warner has a lot of fucking movies, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. It's not as if this is a product that they can sell to sponsors as well. Because, you look at the WWE, we complain about it being too PG. At least that's, from business standpoint, that's a product you can sell to sponsors.
To the mass audience, right?
To the mass audience. Over here on AEW, every fucking week somebody's bleeding. You got bleeding, you got coffin matches, you got like shit. Every promo got somebody saying shit. Some jobber also can say shit. I'm like, wow. So this all is coming to bite Tony Khan back in the ass. This whole like everybody, you all do whatever you want. I'm such a a man for the wrestlers, and not sort of telling everybody, okay, you all need to save your bleeding for the pay-per-views or save your shit for like one segment. No, when everybody is pointing the middle finger, it means nothing. Yeah. Do you remember back in the Attitude Era, really only one person flipped the bird? That was Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it made it special, right? Now everybody is flipping here. Face can flip, heel can flip, can say shit. So you're looking at that and going, I don't know if they're going to renew them for another 2 years. And if they lose a TV deal, well, good fucking luck.
But first of all, if they renew, what's to say that they will pay them the same amount or even more? They might even pay them less. Or they will take away 2 hours of Rampage. Then what happens then? That is what?
2 hours of Rampage? You mean one?
Oh, sorry. I mean, like 1 hour of Rampage. Because I was thinking to myself, Battle of the Belts also is a thing, right?
Oh my God. Okay, very quickly, right? Who gives a fuck about Claudio versus Takashi? Take a shit. Whatever his name is. Like, no, seriously, like, I know this is 1 week late. We were supposed to talk about it last week, but we didn't do the show, right? But what I remember was I was like, okay, I want to watch Claudio and Takeshka. Like, you've seen him sort of grow. He's had really good matches. Like, he looks like he could legit be a star. The problem is, I realized, they sort of booked it on the fly in okay lah, it's a match that's happening. There was zero lead up to it. Right? Yeah. It felt like, we are supposed to do a show on this Saturday, so let's just put some stuff together and let's just throw it out there. Let it happen, right?
Oh my God.
Instead of, and credit to the WWE, even like their cruiserweight special or their mixed tag challenge, remember all that stuff? They promoted it as if it was a big deal.
My problem with Tony Khan right now is that when AEW first started, I felt there was a plan. I felt like they were booking stuff 2-3 months ahead, but now I feel like they're booking week to week. Do you feel that way?
Oh, 100%. And they're booking week to week so like last minute, not even week to week, I feel like it's day to day, where certain shows you can tell is just an afterthought. Rampage is just the 3rd hour of Dynamite. And then forget about your Battle of the Belt. That one is really just, oh shit, this week we have an extra hour. Okay, I just fill it up with shit.
The worst part is, bro, Mark booking, right? Can he go through 1 week without booking a stipulation match?
Oh my! No, last week the Quake at the Quake by the lake,
Quake by the lake,
and then next week is the Dragon. Don't know what dragon because got Game of Thrones. I'm like, fuck lah. Okay, that's great. That's fine. Theme show. I'm actually okay with that. But you have a coffin match right at the start. The first match, Brody King bleeding all over the place already. And then you have Darby Allin jumping off of it. Okay, that's great, whatever, right? And then your main event, you had Mox versus Chris Jericho, which was another bloodbath. And did you see how... they did this spot, right? Fuck lah. I love Chris Jericho, but God, every week I'm saying, I love Chris Jericho, but... So he does this, but it's a huge but. They do this thing where he rips out Mox's earring. Yeah, which is supposed to be like this gruesome like thing, right? And then Mox blades his ear. He bladed his ear. And then after the commercial break, they came out Crimson Mask. But what the fuck? How did the bleeding of the ear become in front?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was watching Dynamite and they started doing that shit, I got so annoyed. I started doing my work. I started working because even though I was supposed to like be chilling,
I was like, I'm wasting my time.
Bro, there's only one savior and he's finally back.
Look, you can't rely on one guy though. And I totally get it, right? Like, the big return. And they've kind of pissed away the return as well in a way. Before we get to that, let me check out the chat. Haley says, every week need to change the ring mat. At some point, your audience is going to get desensitized. Exactly. If you're blading every week, if you're cursing every week, it's going to mean nothing anymore. How Mox is substituting blading for his drop with alcohol. Oh my God, that's the theory about Moxley.
Are you serious?
Okay, so what he's saying is he's using blading as a replacement for his former addiction, quote unquote. I don't know about that.
Nah, that's not the case. I mean, first of all, who will enable him to do that? You know what I mean?
Tony Khan. Because he's letting him do what, in a lot of ways, he's enabling him, right? He's letting him, you do whatever you want, you blade all you want lah. So actually, there is... I'm not going to dismiss that idea completely, but obviously we don't know the man, so we can't really sort of make a judgment. But it's funny that his own wife, Renee Paquette, actually tweeted, "My husband bleeds more than I do in a month."
Oh my God.
Like, even Renee Young is like, okay, bro, you bleeding too much, goddamn.
I completely agree with what Irvin just said. I think Tony had a 3-year plan, but just now that it's past 3 years already.
Yeah, now he's like, and then he's realized that his quote unquote executive direct, or no, what is that? EVPs, they are not all they are cracked up to be. Kenny, I'm gonna call them out. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. I think they are indie talents at best, and they've proven themselves indie-rific talents at best.
Okay, you know what's worse? I believe, right, Cody Rhodes was actually the one EVP that I thought could hold the thing together. Like, Tony Khan was the weird, like you said, the data's guy, all over the place, very frantic, and get shit done. But I thought, like, Cody would have been the calm presence that would have made it a great act.
Yeah.
Clearly, the Young Bucks are out for themselves. Kenny Omega is out for themselves. So they're just doing their own lane, their own universe, right? But I think that was holding it together was basically Cody and Tony Khan. But now that Cody's power has been diminished to the point that he left WWE.
AEW, he left AEW.
AEW and joined WWE. Tony Khan left in charge. This is what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, left to his own devices and letting his talents run the show. Hopefully, now that he's sort of remedied things, but then again, ultimately they still report to him, right? So whether this is just a band-aid on a much bigger problem, we'll have to wait and see lah. But clearly the biggest problem right now is they need to rein the talent in. But then again, see, now you have a problem. You've let You've disciplined your children in a way where there was no discipline. They can do whatever they want. Now you start to discipline them. Are they going to start resenting? Say, hey, but when I first came in, I didn't have these rules. You know what I mean? Or now because CM Punk is here, now because Bryan Danielson is here, blah, blah, blah. So then that causes a whole cascade of reactions and resentment. And that's leading once again to what we, started in the first place, started talking about. The honeymoon period, it's clearly over. Now the realities of a full-fledged wrestling business is hitting them and hitting them hard. You have legitimate money-drawing stars. You have Daniel Bryan, who is, unfortunately, by all accounts, the nicest guy. Too nice to the fact that where he's in a program with Daniel Garcia and tapping out to him or losing to him.
Yeah, my problem is, right, they have big-name stars, their biggest drawing talents who can legitimately be a draw. But I felt like that system of making money in wrestling is from a bygone era where you're relying on one star to draw the entire company to make money for everyone.
Yeah.
CM Punk gone, wow, go to shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it went completely to shit.
Yeah. So like, if CM Punk is like the main guy, I'm okay with that. But CM Punk, we have to hitch the handbag of CM Punk to create more new talent. That's the problem. MJF was supposed to be the guy, but then they are shitting MJF's career.
Okay, now the question is he back at the negotiating table? You can still save it by getting him back at All Out, right? Like, he makes his return, blah, blah, blah. But then now you have Triple H, and Triple H is definitely on the pulse. He's definitely reached out to MJF.
And he has a storyline there, right? Just waiting for him with Cody Rhodes, bro.
Yeah.
Just right there with Cody Rhodes. I can't imagine the promos MJF and Cody Rhodes will cut in WWE referencing the time in AEW.
Yeah. No, and you know that Triple H will let MJF just be MJF without scripted promos. So this might be the best time for MJF to go over and make the money that he knows he can make.
Because right now I feel beyond CM Punk, beyond Bryan Danielson, AEW doesn't have any star that people will watch for.
The MJF literally handed AEW Wardlow on a silver platter. I made him a star. And what do you do immediately after that? Fight security guard. 20. Fight a fake lawyer. Like, what the fuck?
Can you believe it? He's the TNT champion, right? But he doesn't feel as hot as when he was fighting against MJF.
No. I mean, you have the second coming of Goldberg and you just piss it away, right? And then now he's in a program with Jay Lethal, who, as talented as he is, he has not been portrayed as any higher than a lower mid-card guy. And the worst thing is he has a giant Satnam Singh, he has a Sanjay Dutt, and they still can't get wins.
I cannot, bro. Okay, here's my way to salvage the situation. I think Moxley needs to turn heel.
So the whole BCC turns heel?
I think they need to, because I feel they're too OP already. I don't, like, they can be the equivalent of the Bloodline. They can be very like they're so good to the point that they're arrogant. Because you know what? Wheeler Yuta got a very hateable face. So I can imagine him as a heel.
But Cesaro, I mean Claudio.
I'm actually curious because I think Cesaro, given the opportunity to be like this kind of I'm better than you kind of vibe, I think it works for him.
Well, I mean, he's kind of done it before, right?
Like a snobbish European aristocrat.
Wasn't that his old gimmick back in the day? So, okay, like going back to this whole, you freaking gave the title to Jon Moxley. I mean, I was about to say they should have just, first of all, given it to a heel. So that the time that CM Punk was away, the heel can build it up, being like, I'm the champion.
I listened to Cornette, I know. That's what he said.
Okay. But you know where I'm going with this, right? So that when CM Punk comes back, you have the perfect heel. I mean, MJF would have been the perfect guy right there. Who's been crowing about, I'm the guy, I'm the main champion, CM Punk, who are you, right? And then building up to their match. But now you have a face versus face. Somebody gonna have to change and turn.
No one is gonna cheer Moxley over Punk.
Yeah.
Turn Moxley heel. Follow Roman Reigns, follow his Shield guy. See what he's done for his career, right?
Well, maybe they can salvage it with CM Punk in their ears, like, I do not have faith, unfortunately, in Jon Moxley to be able to pull this off because he's been doing nothing but garbage, blood, death matches for the past couple of months, and it's just old.
I hope with working with CM Punk will kind of control more of his like tendencies, like things like slow down, let's make this a wrestling match, let's not resort to them. Even if they want to do like a beat up, like CM Punk did a blade job with MJF, but it was such a great one-off thing.
It was only for that one visual leading up to the match, right?
To the dog collar match, and so that means they only bled twice, right?
Twice. And the dog collar match, was it both bleeding or only MJF bleeding? I believe it was only MJF. I forget.
No, it's both. It's both.
Okay, well, I mean, whatever. The point, though, that you're making is, and the Dynamite before that was the iconic scene where MJF was wearing white, right? And then CM Punk bled, and then like he fucking hung him from the rope and stuff like that. Don't forget that they had how many weeks of build-up and they didn't touch each other. That's the other big point. They were like verbally jousting for the longest time until the audience was just like, come on, fucking fight, let's go, right?
Yeah.
With Moxley, the first match already bloody everywhere.
Okay, so as I say, I'll trust CM Punk to kind of hold Moxley accountable a bit more, to chill the fuck out with the bleeding.
I don't know if then Moxley will be like, I want to eat your spine. I want to drink your blood. His promos, fucking like.
I'm not a fan of his shoulder roll and
he got ants all over his body. Like, fuck, I'm gonna drink your blood. Like, bro, relax.
Yeah. Okay, so like for me, honestly, like turn the whole BCC heel.
Oh my god.
Make Bryan Danielson the next challenger to CM Punk, my opinion.
Oh, okay, question now. And just to go back a little bit, right? You know how I was, all right, maybe they should have put the title on the heel. But I just realized one thing. Who else is in the main event picture that it's a heel? That's strong.
Other than like what we have right now, right? Moxley.
No, who? No, just who? Because Moxley technically is a face. So who actually is a main event heel on AEW?
Chris Jericho, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, he is one. That's why he was fighting for the title, right?
Other than Chris?
Well, he was supposed to be Adam Cole, but he's injured, right?
Well, is he really a top heel?
No, that's the thing. Like, they have a lot of stars that can potentially be top heels,
That's
but
my
don't.
point. That's my point. They have not built anybody outside of Mox and, just a few people here and there. And that's the big freaking problem here. Like,
they had a heel megastar in Bryan Danielson like 6 months ago.
Yeah, well, then, you turn him face and shove him in the group where he doesn't talk. Oh, we got another bot. Hang on. Let me kill the bots.
Oh, okay. Why we got bot but we don't get sponsors? This is my question.
Anyway, so I very much, just to put a bow on things, I very much do feel like the shine, the glow is off, right? And here's the other thing. Now that you've had years of quote-unquote botching these talents coming in, now it's almost as if that shine, that, this is the place to go where where the indie talents or the darlings should go. Now that has gone back to the WWE because of Triple H and his reputation with NXT. So AEW, the one of the big selling points of AEW was, this is where the unsung heroes are going to be and they will not be mistreated. Well, now it's turned the other way because a lot of these people went over the AEW. You saw that they didn't know what to do with them and they quote unquote been mistreated there. Malachi Black, Miro, Andrade, so on and so forth, right? And now it's completely the other way around. Now people want to go back to the WWE. You want to see Andrade go back. You want to see, Miro go back.
Yeah, no, so that's the point, right? Back and forth. But I feel like right now, AEW has an opportunity to kind of claw back a bit of that momentum that they've lost now that CM Punk is back. You know that this coming week in AEW Dynamite, when CM Punk cuts his promo, everyone will be watching. Everyone wants to know what is the direction, right? I'm not scared. I'm not worried about that. They had a great heel that they created in Christian. Kept him off television for 1 week. Now we forget about him already. But he will come back.
Sure. But I don't have faith in them to salvage this. They already botched it, right? He could have had a longer run. Maybe he should have been the freaking champion. Save CM Punk versus Christian. I would like to see that. Have they even fought?
I mean, they fought in ECW, I guess. Okay. And as much as we, or you shit on the Young Bucks, I try to be very neutral. So Young Bucks kind of hinted the fact that they wanted to reform the trio with Hangman Page, right? And
in the most fucking childish high school play way.
Yeah, they're acting rabak. They cannot make it.
Fucking rabak, because you know what? They've only done it in front of indie situations. Them going backstage, we're hurt. Oh my God, what is that? And that segment was so long. Right, and then of course, Hangman Page, who was the champion, and now is just hanging out with the Dark Order backstage. I'm going to be in their corner and supporting them. Bro, you're not even in this tournament. Okay, great. How the mighty have fallen.
You know what this means, right? You know what this means. They are clearly opening the door for the return.
Well, okay, the commentators are, is it going to be Brandon Cutler? We all know it's fucking not going to be. And so, yes. The Young Bucks are going to bring back their favorite best friend, Kenny Omega, the Elite. They're going to run roughshod and they'll have titles so they can be happy and just let them be happy. Let them live in their pocket universe while the actual big boys play.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's why I was kind of in my mind, right? Jim Cornette's voice and your voice somehow in my head when this shit was happening, right? I know what you're going to say. I know what Cornette's going to say. But I think this is the perfect spot for them. Let them just be crazy in the trios title tournament and this whole division. Keep the Elite there, just there.
Bro, put this division on Rampage. Best. I really stopped watching Rampage already. Rampage is so throwaway right now. It's so obvious. And did you read about their ratings? By the way, they've been steady decline.
Yeah. Less than 500,000. They're hitting lower. No, but that's the thing, right? My thing to do on Saturday mornings when I wake up is to watch SmackDown the 2 hours. That's how I carry on my day.
Yeah.
Rampage, I just check Bleacher Report.
Right, exactly. Because the importance is no longer there. Yeah, you started off with a bang, obviously, with was it Daniel Bryan or CM Punk's first match?
First dance.
Right? Million viewers or something like that. And they're now down to 300,000, 400,000. Oof. Okay, and it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to really sort of bring back the viewers. So dump your trios, best friends, and the Elite and all that crap there. Let them have their own little thing.
Yeah.
Let the main event stars play on Dynamite.
Honestly, I really want to see if it's just Kenny Omega, Elite, Adam Cole, Undisputed Era all in that one show. Can they draw or not? That's how to know what. That's how to know whether they're really stars.
That would be actually very interesting. Irvin says, oh my God, if FTR go back and they were booked by Triple H. I mean, for God's sakes, FTR is, they're kind of back with Wardlow, they had that whole thing with, they're going to go up against Jay Lethal and his group. It's okay, they're on TV, but do you hear their pops?
Amazing pops, what?
The
FTR, right?
Yeah, FTR, their fans love them. But for whatever reason, they have every title except for the AEW tag team titles. And what are Swerve and Keith Lee doing?
No, did you hear the reports? The Young Bucks could have had the third match in their series against FTR to unify the titles. That could have feasibly headline All Out, but instead they didn't want to do it. They turned babyface. They actually dropped the title to Swerve instead, so that they deny the fans of their Ultimate Dream match. I do not know why they don't want to put over FTR.
Because they are egos. I mean, it's I can't wait for 10 years down the road when they do the death of AEW.
The dark side of the ring.
Yeah, the documentary or what, and then they talk about how the Young Bucks were just like, they were obviously in it for themselves.
But you can't be in it for themselves. You're supposed to be EVPs, what?
It's easier said than done, lah. At the end of the day, like I said, just going back to, they were EVPs. They were big for what they were doing, and they've done an amazing job in the little arena. They were the big fish in a small pond. Now they're in a big pond, and they are desperately grasping on to their power. They're like, oh shit, these people actually know what they're doing. Fuck, we better use our, titles to try to, negotiate and maneuver ourselves into a position where we don't become irrelevant. And that's why, ta-da, Trios title, now they can be champions again.
See, bro, it makes sense, right? Everywhere Young Bucks go, right, they always live on bad terms with their companies. They had a falling out with Impact, they had a falling out with ROH, they had a falling out with New Japan when they joined AEW. So what does that say?
Well, we'll leave it up to you to infer whatever you may infer. Oh, and then of course, like the first match, aren't they going up against Andrade, Rush, and Dragon Lee? Three talents who, by all means, are incredibly talented in the ring, who look like actual badasses, right? And they're probably going to lose to the fucking Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
I mean, I got nothing to say, but
I've it's not like I'm a big fan of Rush, Andrade, or Dragon Lee, but it's like, come on, man, like just visually they look better than them already.
Yeah, that's the thing. No, they actually legitimately look like a badass
group, right? And
team, right?
Aren't they trying to promote Rush? He just signed, after all,
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Right now, what's your excitement levels for this trio title tournament thing?
Zero, none, nada, non-existent. Ling.
Okay,
kosong.
Ling. Kosong. Okay, for me, the only thing that is going to keep me interested in AEW is whatever the hell they do with CM Punk. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Right?
No, literally, they've booked themselves into a corner where there's one main draw, and that's because everything else, unfortunately, and I always say this, right? But they've made it so that no matter how talented your talent is, they've made it irrelevant. No matter how good, how connected Darby Allin may be to the fans, you're having him in coffin matches every other week to a point where it's no longer special anymore. Can you imagine if in the Attitude Era, like every week was a cage match or every week was a Hell in a Cell?
Was a ladder match, Jeff Hardy ladder match every single week.
Yeah, I mean, they did kind of good, see, but then they hit a ceiling at one point. Like, what are they going to do next? Like, what are they going to do in 3 years' time? Freaking,
okay,
eyeball, gouge out your eyeball match. Oh, wait, no, WWE did that.
Okay, for me, right, if I was booking AEW, if I was Tony Khan, keep the main title revolving around these three people only. I just want CM Punk, I just want Bryan Danielson, I just want MJF. Maybe you can drop Miro, maybe you can drop a bit of, just Malachi, for the sake of it. Yeah,
Andrade.
All these people, right, to me, right, since they joined, right, they should have been in the main event level already.
Yeah. No, but they haven't been portrayed as main event people.
Yeah.
Andrade and his business decisions in the stairwell. What the fuck?
Oh dear. Okay. Honestly, even I think, right, after whatever MJF has done for him, he should be a main event star right now, and he could at least play around that stratosphere, right? If you want a homegrown guy to be in the main event, I want Ricky Starks. Fuck, give me Powerhouse Hobbs, but I think they're more of a TNT title picture lah.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Starks needs a bit of time, maybe put on a little bit more bulk. But did you see him on Dynamite? Like, he had a match, finally, since, he turned face, right? And then he had a match with one of the factory fuckers lah, huh?
Yeah.
And then you can't have him just win. No, you must have the whole factory come out and he got to run away, making him look like a jackass. Like, this is literally his first, his coming out party. Like, all right, I'm a face now. Let him have a a definitive win, for God's sake. No, they must throw everything out there. Like,
Honestly, I know AEW said at the start of their company that they wanted to like highlight tag team wrestling. If it was me, right, keep FTR as main eventers. That means either CM Punk opens or close the show, or either FTR open or close the show.
Yeah. No, that's exactly. But for whatever reason, like FTR is never like the Golden Boys. It's CM Punk. That's about it.
Yeah, but I feel FTR, they are those kind of people, right, that they will be undeniable. The fans won't allow them to be fade into obscurity anymore. Confirm. They are too big. I think, right, even Dex Howard actually can be a single star. Like, if they push him, right? No?
Sure.
So,
yeah.
why not?
Tovakin says it was a great match with Aaron Solo. Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody's doubting we've talked about this for months already, right? Like Ricky Starks has it. Powerhouse Hobbs has it. Did you see Powerhouse's promo?
Which one? After match?
The fucker got interrupted like immediately.
Yeah, he didn't even talk, right?
Yeah, like, and what happened to Team Taz?
It's gone. Taz just ended it.
Like, and then now, like, what's his face is the champion. Oh, and then there was this random guy that came out to challenge Taz's son, the Hook, for the FT.
Yeah.
Who is this fella? When he did that program, I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Apparently, he's like some guy from the Jersey Shore or something.
It? I had zero idea who this fella is, and he came out and then just mouthed off at Hook. I'm like, I really don't care about Hook, let alone this fella. I'm like, my God.
Some reality TV star, apparently. And I know there was you don't watch Rampage, I know you didn't care, but I caught up the results. Apparently, the main event was this new team called the Truth Busters.
Oh,
do you know who they are?
Yes, okay. That's Davari, one of the Davari brothers, right?
Yeah. One guy called Slim J.
Yeah, and Parker Boudreaux.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Boudreaux, yeah, he destroyed Sunny Kiss on Rampage, if I'm not mistaken.
Not Parker Boudreaux.
No, it's Boudreaux or something like that. But, I mean, he looks badass. He's formerly Harlan from NXT, right? And, well, I mean, here's the thing. He's a collegiate athlete. He has the look, but NXT released him. So I think this fella might have issues in terms of discipline, or something is just not working with him.
Didn't we saw the report? Something people say that like he wasn't progressing, developing the level that they wanted. Not
teachable, quote unquote. So, well, I mean, there he is in AEW. I mean, he basically destroyed Sunny Kiss, which makes sense, right? You want to give him a big, like, hello, this is the big new horse. But you put him in no, I remember the promo now. This Davari, just randomly, we've never seen him anywhere, shows up. I'm the richest man in wrestling. Huh? Who? What? The team is called the Trust Busters. So they got their trust fund, apparently. Their parents are like rich, cocky, heels about. All of a sudden, he's like, I'm the richest man in pro wrestling. I'm like, who the fuck are you even?
I only got one question. What happened to the wingman?
Oh, okay. They're on Dark, AEW Dark Elevator.
Took you very long enough, right?
Yeah, like wingman. Oh, it's that librarian guy and Dolph Ziggler's brother.
Yeah. Okay, that's the thing, right?
Wait, hold on. Div says JWoww's husband from Jersey Shore. That's the guy who's challenging Hook.
Yeah, it's a reality star lah.
Then fucking cut a promo or like show some footage. I guess maybe they can't show footage, but show some Instagram, like, do a package or something.
AEW has too much talent who are not over.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to Paige Van Zandt? Talking about crossover talents, what happened to her? Did she go, okay, this looks like a shit show, I'm leaving?
I think she went for training for a bare knuckle fight, I think.
You think? No, but no mention of Paige Van Zandt. Like, what's his face has disappeared off the face of the earth.
Dan Lambert.
Scorpio Sky just like, after he lost to Wardlow, he's like, bye-bye, he died. I don't know, go where. Ethan Page
cut some weird promo, right?
No, he didn't even cut. He basically looked at the camera and said, fuck this place.
Yeah.
So you have all these indie talents, I mean not indie talent, like talents who clearly have potential, who are now turning sour on the company.
And then you know what's my favorite part?
What?
Park won a whole new title and after that disappear and travel around the world defending it, not on AEW.
Okay lah, they got show clips lah. The problem is the clips they show make it look like it's some sort of like house show, kucing kurak. Don't know, like defending it in a warehouse.
Warehouse, yeah.
Sort of a vibe. So I'm like, wow, okay, this looks like shit. It's like
Even the FTW title got more shine right now than the All Atlantic title, right?
Oh my god. So yeah, clearly AEW suffers from a problem of too much and no direction whatsoever. Going back to the connections I've been making, does it not seem like late stage WCW to you?
It does. But again, bro, we call it like it is, right? Like just 6 months ago, we were saying that Dynamite is much better than Raw and SmackDown.
Because of two people.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, MJF. Like,
three.
Okay, so those are the top stars, right?
Yeah.
Keep them as top stars. Keep them the reason people watch. Even remember, Eddie Kingston was actually a top star at one point.
Yeah, and then, well, I mean, he had the whole thing with Chris Jericho technically is a top star, but the way he's just been going off lately, I'm like,
So, we've been here before because I remember during the pandemic 2020-2021, we were saying that Dynamite was so hard to watch, impossible to watch. And then CM Punk came, things got better. So now we're down. So I believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. But they need to fix it really, really fast because if not, WWE is just going to reclaim that top spot, man.
Because you know, what do you mean reclaim that? They already have the top spot.
That's true.
What are you even talking about? Like, okay, if anything they're reclaiming is they will, like I said, the shine that AEW had as a place where, you know, we love the quote unquote, the smart marks, right? Now we'll go back to WWE. They're like, all right, Triple H is in charge. He gets us. So the shine is off AEW. They need to step up. More importantly, I'm not talking about the wrestlers needing to step up. I'm talking about they need to get their shit in order, not give everything away on free TV, you know, like bleeding from the first match, last match, like just relax lah.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think WWE, AEW, pro wrestling in general is like life lah. It's never perfect 100%.
Sure.
80% might be awesome. There's always 20% that will just like, fuck this shit lah.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully CM Punk can make it at least 60%, if not 40%.
I trust him, bro. CM Punk is my guy. If you only open Dynamite just to watch CM Punk segment, I think it's enough to make your day a good week ahead.
Well, you know what's gonna happen right at the start of Dynamite next week.
Like John Moxley.
No, come on. They haven't started Dynamite like that in a while, okay? And that's what a lot of people miss.
I missed that so much. No, I thought you were gonna say what's gonna happen at the start of Dynamite. John Moxley bleeding straight away.
Wow, that too. Like for no reason, he's just standing in the parking lot bleeding from one eye.
Yeah. So you know what? CM Punk will be the savior, but he can't do it alone. He needs all the help he can get.
I hope Moxley freaking takes the lead from CM Punk, and maybe this will be the best of Moxley that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't doubt that he can pull it out. It's just that, will he listen?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, CM Punk came out without a title. So what? Do they just have the one title? Do they not have two? Like, you remember when in situations where,
when he came out the first, like previously he had a title and he showed it at John Cena, remember?
So like yeah, exactly. Whenever there has been like sort of like two champions and now they have to crown an undisputed champion, right? Usually I have two titles so they can like, mine is the real one. No, mine is the real one. That whole dynamic. When CM Punk came out to make the save, he didn't have the title. So is there going to be one?
Well, we shall see. We shall see. I think they should both come out with the titles. I think maybe this coming Dynamite he will.
When is their next pay-per-view? It's All Out, right?
Okay, so here's the annoying thing. Tomorrow or next week's podcast is still gonna be a very slow news week because both Clash at the Castle and All Out is happening in the same weekend, September 3rd and September 4th.
Are you serious?
You're freaking serious, yeah.
Wow. Wait, 3rd and 4th, so it's a Sunday and a Monday for us.
3rd and 4th, I believe it's a Saturday and a Sunday and a Monday, correct, you're right.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot of wrestling to watch. And you know that Triple H is going to go all out and say, fuck y'all, we're going to show you what we are made of. Let's go.
Yeah, so essentially, we are still 2 weeks or 3 weeks away from that whole shebang before it goes down. So you'll never know what's going to happen in this next 1 week.
I think the build-up is the most important. And if there's anybody I trust, is Papa H. He knows how to, build up a card, much like building up to the old NXT takeovers. I think there's going to be a lot to look out for, especially for Clash at the Castle. And Clash at the Castle might just be his first sort of like fully Triple H in charge, like proper one. So it's going to be a banger.
Hopefully we get a really great card, and I hope, All Out has always been delivering since the inception of AEW, so I hope they have a great enough card to okay, I'm still gonna watch this no matter what,
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna guess that they will have the finals of the trios title there. Yeah, I mean, it has to be CM Punk versus Jon Moxley, main event, right?
Yeah, it should be. Maybe they will do something with BCC and JAS one more time.
Okay.
I hope it's not a faction match. I hope it's like I don't know, one of the guys like Garcia and Danielson. I guess that's where they're going, right?
Yeah, well, the last time they did a full-on all out trash match, Daniel Bryan got injured.
Yeah, so I hope not. I hope it's just a solo match. I hope that they will give some shine for Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks.
Wow, separately. Are they gonna feud?
I hope they will. They should.
They seem to be doing their own thing, kind of, maybe.
Nah, they will. Singles match between both of them, and another singles match between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. That needs to be off, right?
What about the women's division? Jade Cargill, obviously, collision course with Athena.
Yep. It seems to be that's where they're pointing to, because Chris Statlander got injured, right?
And you notice I brought that one up first because that one was more top of mind. Because let's face it, the women's title, I meant the TBS title. That one's more important. The women's title,
Thunder Rosa is not doing shit with the title.
Yeah, who's she gonna fight? Tony Storm again? Aren't they supposed to fight?
Yeah. That's what they did. They kind of said that, they're gonna. She's now the number one contender. Thunder.
No heat. Two faces.
Yeah. So on paper, I will still buy that pay-per-view, Not because you're forced to, but because I just want to.
Wait. So which one is actually coming first? Clash or All Out?
I think it's, weirdly enough, bro, I think it's Clash first, because Clash is happening September 3rd.
Oh, it's in the UK lah. That's why it's the weird date, right?
Yeah, September 3rd. So UK, it should be like Sunday morning for us, and then All Out is actually September 4th.
Actually, that if they blow it out of the water, right, and basically give the fans everything and then some, it could actually affect the pay-per-view buys for All Out, because there's oh shit, I already had my fill of wrestling. I only watch this AEW. Or the hardcore fans like us will still buy and watch, confirm. Yeah. But I think your average sort of casual might look at this and go, okay, well, if there's one match I watch or one wrestling event I watch, probably be the WWE one.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, September is the hottest month of the year right now.
Hottest as in heat?
Hottest as in wrestling heat.
Okay.
Hype,
okay.
Right? So interesting. That's a very interesting, because that has never happened before, I think, historically, on September.
Well, September leads up into November, which is Survivor Series, is it not?
And I've heard rumblings that there might be a draft happening around this time.
Oh shit! Who knows who might show up? Who from
who
NXT? Okay,
wait.
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, I don't know. Maybe too early. But what I'm thinking about, what if, imagine they do a brand roster split?
Yeah.
Triple H in charge of that brand roster split.
No, I think for sure that will be very interesting, right? But if you think about it, that's because you haven't been watching NXT. I casually watch it once in a while. I have it when I really have nothing better to do. I'm playing video games and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll have NXT in the background. He is feuding with what is his name? JB McDonough right now.
Is that the Finn Balor student guy?
Yes, that's Devlin, Jordan Devlin.
Jordan Devlin was such a better name.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin was such a better name. But I'm like, he seems like he's wasting his time there. I'm like, Jordan Devlin is doing this whole, I like pain. I know how to twist your arm in this way, that way. That's his whole gimmick, where he knows how to manipulate. What are you, Pete Dunne? Fuck.
Oh man, I heard. I don't know whether you saw this recently, but I saw news coming out of NXT UK that the Ilya Dragunov had to relinquish his title, bro.
Why? Injury.
Injury.
Oh.
So his entire title reign after he won from Walter, right? As great as that particular match was when he won, I heard nothing from him ever since then.
Well, that one another issue altogether. So I mean, can't really talk too much about that. But anyway, there you go. That's this week in wrestling. So much to talk about. As always, I am excited for the first time in a long time to watch this WWE product.
I'm exhausted from today's podcast, but I'm excited for the weeks ahead.
Yes. Well, I mean, if anything, that just shows that, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to, right? Not just in the WWE, AEW space, but also in local wrestling, in regional wrestling. So, everybody, thank you so much for still hanging out with us here on the podcast. We super appreciate it. If you missed any of it, you can always watch the video on demand right here on YouTube, or you can head over to Spotify and listen to us while you're on the treadmill, whatever, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, and also don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already on this video.
Yes, please like, please subscribe, please share it to some wrestling fans that you who have for some reason or another might not have heard of our podcast. Tell them we are cool guys. And thank you so much for supporting us all this while. Those on Patreon, shout out to like Div Royalty, Christian,
Shadow,
the Shadow. That's our Patreon sponsors currently as well. So if you want to support us as we try to expand, because me and Young, we are thinking of we're gonna hire someone like an intern or like someone along the lines to kind of help us run this whole operation as it gets bigger. I hope you can consider pledging your support and being our Patreon sponsor. So please help and support us.
If you support, I promise not to bleed anymore on the stream. I have right now, because I haven't had the chance to wipe myself off and wash, right? I have a crimson toe. You want to see my crimson toe?
Wait. Must change the limits to not safe for kids. Okay, come go.
No, I'm not going to show you my crimson toe, but yeah. Imagine that John Moxley is my toe.
Oh dear gosh.
My pinky toe right now is like, woo! All right.
We do not want to get kicked out of YouTube, so I think we should just keep it there.
Young versus Foreign, first toe blood match, says Irvin. Let's go.
Oh dear gosh.
Okay, but all jokes aside, thank you guys for so much for hanging out. We appreciate you, and we will see you again next week for more wrestling action. As always, it's Mr. Young.
And it's Foreign in the building. Have a great wrestling week ahead.
Kick to the gut. I like it.